O Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit está de regresso de 19 a 28 de julho com muito desporto e música. Acompanhe as provas de surf, longboard, skimboard e body surf com os melhores atletas do mundo. À noite, concertos gratuitos com Carolina de Deus, I Love Baile Funk, Danny Gatto, Sam the Kid, DJ Set e DJ Big, hosted by Sir Scratch, Papillon, The Legendary Tiger Man, Linda Martini, Márcia, Léo Miguel, Orquestra Banda Social. Temos encontro marcado no Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit.
Postura.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to beautiful Portugal here in the West Coast. Santa Cruz hosting the Santa Cruz Festival Ocean Spirit. Once again, we are back this time to run the Euro Junior competition. I'm Nuno Cardoso. Next to me is Nuno Príncipe. Bom dia, Nuno.
Bom dia, Nuno. Both Nunos, double Nuno.
The double Nuno team here, ready to commentate all the action that will happen throughout this entire week of competition. And we do have some waves, not as much as we expected, but the forecast does not lie. And we do... we're gonna start the competition.
Yeah, so we're gonna start with the longboard division, the boys, and then we go to the girls. So 8 heats today, and a couple more if the waves allow. But this is the Euro Junior, so all the best juniors of all over Europe are here in Portugal, in Santa Cruz. So welcome everybody, wherever you are, all over the world. We are gonna have a lot of action, during the week, during the weekend, during the week, there's also the Ocean Spirit Festival that has a lot of music going on, a lot of activities. We're going to talk a little bit more about it, but now focusing on longboard. So we have the new generation of longboards going there, getting into action. And Nuno, first round, no losers, but we're going to have some action.
Yes, of course, we're going to run the quarterfinals division of the under-18 longboard for boys, and I just can't wait to see what kind of talent will be represented by each country that is featuring this first heat. As you can see, we have already the competitors on the water, patiently waiting for the buzzer. We just sounded, so we are officially started, Nuno, once again this year in Torres Vedras. And like I said, I can't wait to see what kind of talent every country is bringing into the table. Right now, who do we have in the water, Nuno?
Yeah, it's on. We have Portugal. Francisco Freitas is with the red jersey. We have Douwe Robrock from the Netherlands. And we have Luís Escudeiro from Belgium. So I think the first to start is Francisco.
Nice ride there to start off. Ang 5, another Ang 5 there, bringing the leg up to the front of the nose. He goes at it again, but the wave just dies off. Out the back, Douwe Robrock, representing the Netherlands.
Yeah, I think, Nuno, I think it was a good call, from the organization to put this division on the water because, as we mentioned, it's no losers round. So the waves are small, but for longboard, they can do a lot of stuff, Ang 5s, Ang 10s, walking on the board, making a combination of good maneuvers. And it's good to start, on the first day of competition with some action. And there it goes, Luís Escudeiro.
Luís Escudeiro going for the Ang 5 there, utilizing the front part of his longboard. Unfortunately for Luis, the wave just died off in front of him, and that was a short ride. Between all of the wave exchanges between these riders, I would say that Francisco Freitas took the best wave, out of those 3 waves that we watch being ridden by each of the competitors. So we're just waiting patiently for the scores. We want to let you know that the heat times for this round is 20-minute heats. 4-man priority. In this case, we only have 3 riders in this heat applies. And of course, the best 2 waves will be accounted for the overall score and the final score of each heat. And we have a pedal time of 2 minutes, so the riders can pedal into the next heat 2 minutes previous to their heat. And there's a 15 wave max count. I think it's going to be very important today because you can catch a lot of waves.
Yeah, I think they are trying to stay active. Still, as we see now, there's a lull every now and then. But just have there a couple of waves on a 1-point range just to start up, just to warm up. Now this is different. 4.33 for Francisco Freitas.
Yes, indeed. Like I mentioned, Francisco took advantage of his wave choice. In our opinion, I think you saw it as well. Francisco took the best wave out of that wave exchange between all the riders in this heat. And he leads right now with a 4.33, like you mentioned, Nuno. The other riders are in the 1-point range of wave, although the rider from the Netherlands in white is a little bit further away from the score from Luís Escudeiro, and you can see the difference between those 2 waves as well. I don't know if we have replays, but if we do start to have replays, and if you just missed the action that just started here, we would like to welcome you to this webcast. Bienvenue, bienvenidos, and willkommen. Luís Escudeiro once again on the left-hander going for the ride in the front of the board there, but unfortunately for Luís, the wave just died off. We've got an interesting forecast, Nuno, for this week. Can you speak about it a little bit?
Yeah, so we're going to start slow today and tomorrow. More or less the same today and tomorrow. But then from Sunday on, things are going to get better and better. And a big swell is coming for, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and also Thursday. Thursday the 25th is the last day of the competition. So it's cool to start, with small conditions. The riders are warming up. As we mentioned, there's the first round, nobody will lose, just warm up. So, and then when things got much more serious, the things will go more and more, and the waves are going to get better. So let's see how it works. But we have a nice forecast, and when we have a nice forecast, of course, everybody's smiling.
Yes, indeed. Thanks for that update, Nuno. We will be checking in every day and check the conditions here at the event here of the Ocean Spirit. One more ride for Luís Escudeiro representing Belgium. Unfortunately for him, the wave does not collaborate. Further down the line, we have Do Hobrock representing the Netherlands, and this time finishing off a wave. I think this will leave him in a good place there to hold on to second position. Although Luís Escudeiro just posted his second score and waiting for his third score. Also waiting for a score is Francisco Freitas, and I do believe that Francisco will still be leading after this wave exchange, leaving Luís Escudeiro right now in second, but I do believe that Do Hobrock is going to jump into second once again. We're going to have a week full of activities, like you mentioned, Nuno, from the 18th until the 29th here in Santa Cruz, Portugal. Beautiful part of the West Coast right now where we're having this event. It's just halfway between Praia do Mirante and Praia do Navio. If you never visited this part of the world, it's a beautiful coastline, and it's kind of a go-to spot in the summer, although in the winter as well, but in the summer, because this place is a swell magnet.
Yeah, completely. I mean, it's one of the most consistent spots of Portugal. And, you know, it's not so far away from Lisbon, the capital of Portugal. And, you know, you have a couple of beach breaks here around. We have always a good spot to surf. And I mean, consistency, I think it's the key factor, you know, that you can make this event every year. So this year is the Euro Junior. Last year we had the Eurosurf with the open division. And it's amazing, you know, during summer you can do this event. So we have now the heat leader, Francisco Freitas, going now for the left. A couple of hang fives there, now getting stuck there. But he made just a 1.87 on his previous wave, but still leading. And we're gonna wait for more scores.
There goes the Belgian rider wearing the white singlet.
Oh, that's
beautiful
a nice
ride there. I liked it. Yeah. And I do believe that Doe Robert loved it as well. He's waiting patiently for his second score. That was a 3.43. He goes back to second on this one. And right now with this last ride, I think he's going to improve his overall score and maintain the second position. If not, probably attack that first place held off by Francisco Freitas, but he's waiting for a score as well. So everything is still pretty much open. We still have plenty of time on the clock. Like I mentioned, Nuno, there's going to be a lot of waves ridden because of the conditions that allows this type of fast getting into the outside and then getting into place to get a next wave. And like you mentioned, Nuno, I think this is just gonna improve the show for this first day, non-elimination round, and the boys can go for broke.
Yeah, here he goes again, Francisco Freitas, just looking for this left one, walking on the board, a quick hang five there, and just another one on the inside, but he fell. So on the wave behind, it was Luis Scudeiro. So let's wait for these last scores. Yeah, you were mentioned, this is more than a week. We have a lot of events. We have the Euro Junior, as we see up in riding, Doe Rubrock. Unfortunately, it got stuck. So we're going to have the surf and longboard division, as we are watching the longboard. So under 18 and for surfing also under 16.
Beautiful.
As we see now, Luis.
Casual style there.
Yeah.
Trying to walk on the board, not getting to the nose as he wanted to, but nevertheless, one more wave ridden for the fellow in yellow, Luis Scudeiro, representing Belgium.
Yeah, as we wait for the last scores, so as we mentioned, we have the surfing and longboard division on the Eurosurf Junior, as we're going to watch this all week long. And then we also have the National Skimboard and International Skimboard event, a Pro Junior Portuguese event, as we see now, Doe Rubrock, up and riding, going for the left, hang five there, quick recovery, and hitting that section. Slow and go in slow. Huh?
Beautiful, I love it.
Yeah.
I think these guys are having a field day out there. They're just enjoying themselves. I do believe this is the replay of this last wave, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
There he goes, hang five there, beautiful. It's that last section. Casual style there for Mr. Robrock, representing the Netherlands. I like it. Nice way to start off this Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit Wave Festival here in Portugal, Santa Cruz. If you just join us, welcome once again. We are here trying to entertain you in this first day of competition of the Euro Junior. You were mentioning that we have more events outside of the Eurosurf Junior here, that are integrated into this Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit. Talk a little bit about it. Ooh, action, Nuno.
Wow, this is a good wave. Let's see. It's Doe. They are hitting the section. And we're going to watch a lot of this, right, Nuno? It's hang fives, hang tens. They're going to try to mix those critical maneuvers, walking on the board, you know, some rail surfing also. We already saw some of them trying to hit that final section. So it's on, and we're gonna just wait for those last scores to give you the update. So the second last score of Francisco Freitas was 3.17, and his last one, it was just 2.23. He didn't enter on his best two. As we see now, Luis Scudeiro getting there, stuck. So Francisco is leading since the beginning of the heat, mainly because of that 4.33. He just backed it up with a 3.17. Dowie Robrock is in second place. There's just one score to drop for Noe. But action don't stop here.
Once again, Francisco Freitas up and riding, going for the left. It's his front side. Trying to walk on the board there, walking on the plank. And then on the end section, going for Ang 5. Unfortunately, the wave is just skimming there on the inside. Probably the fins hit the sandbar there and knocked off Francisco Freitas from his board. But interesting first heat. I can see that the boys are having fun. That's the most important thing. Of course, they're in a competition, although this first round is non-elimination. And we will see these boys out in the water once again, at least. So it's good to see who's who in this Eurosurf Junior as we will unfold this Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit Festival throughout this week as we watch Luis Scudeiro up and riding, Nuno.
Yeah, I think the waves closes on this section, so nothing too much to offer for him. But nice effort for Luis. This is the answer from Dowie Robrock. Also for this left, walking on the board. And just finish his wave. Yeah, Francisco is the current under-18 Portuguese champion. So he clinched the title last year. You know, he has a lot of talent. He has a lot of progression to do on the next years. And it's cool because he also competes in Spain, where he clinched also a title. So Francisco is, you know, trying to follow the footsteps of the longboarders in Portugal. That we have the fortune to have one of them in the World Longboard Tour is competing there, and so this new generation look at those you know more experienced surfers.
Beautiful Lang 5 there by Francisco Freitas, making sure that he lets everyone know that he's the Portuguese and Spanish under-18 longboard champion. Another ride there for Luis Scudeiro, going for an Ang 5 of his own, getting stuck there and abandoning the wave halfway through. And very cool information that you brought up to the table, Nuno. And yes, I do believe that we are forging a very beautiful new generation in longboarding. I personally love longboarding. It's so elegant, and I personally feel that longboard defines the spirit of surfing to the max. And as you can see, this is a competition, but the boys are having fun, of course, respecting priorities and checking on the clock and trying to post some scores. But look at that beautiful Ang 10 from Dowie Robrock there from Belgium. Now still on the wave, riding the plank, going for the Ang 5, going back to the center of his board and finishing off this beautiful ride. Like I said, it's so elegant, and I'm so proud to see these kids from all sorts of Europe being here, representing their flag and trying to get this Euro Junior title here at Santa Cruz.
Yeah, 3.23 for second last wave of Dowie, and also 2.17 for Luis Scudeiro, but there are still 2 scores to drop to have the current situation. Yeah, I was mentioning Antonio Dantas is the best Portuguese longboarder currently, and he's competing on the World Longboard Tour. So of course this new generation from Portugal are looking to Antonio and to try to follow his footsteps, and one day to be there also representing Portugal on the most important league of longboard all over the world, from the World Surf League. So it's cool for us to witness this evolution, as you mentioned. You know, this is the next generation that will be the future stars of longboarding.
For sure. Look at Luís Cordeiro trying to make the best of this left-hander representing his country, which is Belgium, as you can see there on the scoreboard. And he just finishes off this wave. I do believe that this is probably the best ride for Luís. So he's pumped up, as you can see, pedaling out the back with all engines on go, and probably knowing that this is his best wave and he can turn this heat around. But there, out the back, we still have Do It and Francisco Freitas with plenty of time to have a go. Ooh, another beautiful ride here for the young Netherlander here. Oh, finishing it off. Not in the best way, but nevertheless, one more ride for the rider in white. And he's still trying to get that first place away from Francisco Freitas, but Francisco with an imposing lead from the beginning of the heat with the best wave so far in the heat, that 4.33 is setting off to launch him into first place since the beginning. And he's holding on to it, Nuno.
Yeah, he's dominating since the beginning, but still, as you mentioned, Dowie Robrock tried, you know, to make that 4.08 that he needs to go into the lead. Unfortunately for him, the wave didn't cooperate, so I think it all remains the same. We want to wait just for the score, but we have up and riding Luís Cordeiro, Hang 5 there, recovering, and
out the back, Francisco Freitas, Hang 5 there, Hang 10, beautiful equilibrium there. Unfortunately for Francisco, the wave just dies off and he's not able to complete this ride further. Nevertheless, beautiful move there by Francisco, which kind of let us know if the waves were a little bit more composed, we will be seeing beautiful rides, especially from Francisco and Dowie, because they're already clocked in some nice Hang 10s there on the front of the board, which is very hard to do. You need a very specific type of wave to be able to go to the front of the board and then walk back into the center of the board or to the back of the board and allow the wave to just push you through all the way to the sand. Especially in these conditions, Nuno already mentioned the forecast. We have like 2 days of smallish waves. It's going to be very similar to the conditions you're just watching right now. And then the swell is going to start to pick up. And it's all good news for all of these riders. Like you mentioned, Nuno,
yeah,
I think it's a very good way to start this Aero Junior Surf because the riders will get a feel at the conditions here, at the sandbanks here. Yeah. And then throughout the week, settle their strategies in terms of position and peaks, although throughout the tide changes as well.
Yeah, I think we're gonna watch, you know, the adaptation capacity of the longboarders and surfers throughout the week, you know, and it's cool because we start slow, and it's always better for you to save the last for best, or save the best for last.
For sure.
So.
O Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit está de regresso de 19 a 28 de julho com muito desporto e música. Acompanhe as provas de surf, longboard, skimboard e body surf com os melhores atletas do mundo. À noite, concertos gratuitos com Carolina de Deus, I Love Baile Funk, Danny Gatto, Sam the Kid, DJ Set e DJ Big, hosted by Sir Scratch, Papillon, The Legendary Tiger Man, Linda Martini, Márcia, Léo Midé, Orquestra Banda Social. Temos encontro marcado no Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit.
So welcome back, everybody from all over Europe, all over the world, wherever you are. This is the Team Spirit. We are just a few days away from starting the Olympics. But here in Portugal, in Santa Cruz, west coast of Portugal, this beautiful place. We also have the Euro Junior with the teams from all over Europe. We see there the flags waving on the wind. All the teams got together again here in Portugal. This year it's the junior division. Last year we had the open division, and they are fighting for their team to clinch the title, and also they are fighting for their individual goals to clinch the title on each division. So we started a couple of minutes ago with the first heat of the day. We have the under-18 boys longboard division. We are on round one, no losers round. So we have an update on the situation, because it seems we are just here updating as we see up and running, and we're going to present here the next heat. This is Raoni Portilla from France. In red, we have Kekoa Omel from Germany in yellow, and we have Sky Sakolax from Ireland in white. So we were just updating here the result of the first heat, and we have news because the last effort of Doe Robrock turned the heat around, and Doe won the heat when Francisco Freitas was leading from first to second, from first until the end. But there was a wave of 7 points from Doe Robrock. So he just won the first heat of the day. So, but we're gonna have the interview in a couple of minutes from now. And now, Nuno, we also have so the second heat of the day again with these guys already saw what happened on the previous heat, so they are more prepared.
Of course, the first heat is always the guinea pigs, so they kind of show the rest of the field where the wave's at, what kind of moves that the judges are looking for, so they can apply those strategies into the next heats and try to adapt themselves to the conditions, of course, and show off their skills to the judges and post up the biggest scores that they can put on the leaderboard. Of course, just for you to have some kind of notion, the difference between first and second on the previous heat, the first of the day, was just 0.03. Impressive win to the man in the white singlet representing Netherlands, Doe Robrock, putting on a show and taking the win in that first heat.
Yeah, and it means that anything can happen, And since Francisco Freitas from Portugal, he was leading since the beginning, and when all seems that he's gonna win the heat, he didn't. So a lot of competition, and anything can happen, and that's what we're gonna see all over the week. Tight heats. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to push for their teams, and this team effort, it's very special. It's like the Olympic spirit. And these juniors are ready to go, ready to fight for their teams. And let's see.
Good morning, everyone. I'm here with the heat winner, the first heat of the day, and of course the first heat of this Eurosurf Junior here in the Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit Surf Festival from the Netherlands, Mr. Doe Robrock. Did I spell your name correctly?
Yes.
Congratulations, first of all. Beautiful win there. I can see that you have a beautiful casual style. Where did you get that from?
Well, I started longboarding in Spain, where the waves are pretty mellow, so yeah, it's nice to progress your style.
I can see you have a couple of fans here at the back, representing your flag, of course. What do you expect from this week of competition here in Santa Cruz?
I don't expect anything from my teammates. I just hope they just surf how they surf normally and have good heats.
You just won against Portuguese and also Spanish under-18 longboarder champion. How does that feel to start off the competition?
It feels good, builds up some confidence, and yeah, happy for my next heat.
Yeah. Do you want to send a message to everyone that's watching there and the live cast?
Yes. Thank you for watching, and I want to thank my mom, my family, and mother and grandmother and grandfather for watching as well. And yeah, I'm really stoked.
Congratulations once again. Do you want to leave a message in your home language?
Dankjewel voor het kijken. Ik vind het heel leuk dat jullie me volgen. En ik heb er zin in.
And that's it. This is the Spirit Air at the Ocean Spirit Surf Festival there at Santa Cruz in Portugal. We'll get back to the booth with Nuno Príncipe for some more action.
That's it. That's the spirit, fighting until the end. And Doer just gave a lesson to everybody that you have to believe until the end, and anything can happen. He has the best wave of the day so far, 7-point rides, which it's not easy to do on these conditions. So congratulations to him. And of course, it's important, as we saw there. Their team putting the jerseys there on the background during the interview. So we started very well, and things gonna get better. I'm sure today and also on the next couple of days. But right now we're gonna focus on this second heat of the day. So we're gonna run 4 heats of the men's under 18 division. And then we're going to put the 4 heats of women under 18 longboard division. That's the program. And then we're going to stay on standby and see if we're can do a little bit more or not. So, Nuno, nice interview. You felt there the team spirit there?
Yes, indeed. This is what I love the most about these Eurosurf competitions and world competitions where there's teams involved. Because the team spirit gets behind each athlete that goes into the water and just gets me pumped, because this type of competition, which surfing is very individual, but when you come representing your nation, it becomes kind of a team thing. Yeah. And there's shouts, there's like songs, there's the flags, and there's this hype behind every single athlete that goes into the water and wins his heat, and the team gets behind him, and it's beautiful to see. I just love the spirit, and I think it defines very well the Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit motto, which is bringing athletes from different parts of Europe to compete here in this beautiful piece of paradise in the west coast of Portugal. And everyone gets to experience the good waves that we have to offer.
Yeah. Kiko Hummel up and riding from Germany, Del Hang 5. Now just waiting for this wave to cooperate, but unfortunately for him, he didn't make it. So, but there's nice waves to warm up. He has a lot of time. And 2.5 for Raoni Portilla from France is leading. There's one score to drop for him. And there's the score now, 2.77 for Sky Seikolax from Ireland. He goes straight into the lead, but there's still scores to drop. So, Nuno, what we watched on the previous heat, anything can happen on the last 5 minutes. We saw Francisco Freitas from Portugal dominating since the first minute, but then that reaction in the end proves that anything can happen, and they must stay focused because one wave can turn anything around.
Yeah, especially because you can ride a lot of waves, and then scores will be still refreshing within waves ridden. So you have to be very focused, pay attention to what's going on in the water, check out your priorities, check out your wave score requirements, so you can compete in your best ability. Right now we have up and riding the Sky Sakalux from Ireland in the white singlet, short ride there. That's not the wave that Sky is looking for. Right now the second wave of the Frenchman just dropped the rider in the red jersey, Rayoni Portilla, 5.5 right now, leading this heat comfortably, I should mention, and is trying to get another wave there, but the wave just bounced off into Sky's hands there, because he's a little bit more on the inside and could catch that wave, but there's not a lot of potential on that wave, and Sky just dropped off from his board. Just after catching that wave, he knew that the wave did not offer that potential. Looks like a set wave is approaching, Nuno.
Yeah, as we see there, Kekoa will turn the board around quickly, just catch this left one, trying to make the best of it, walking a little bit on the board. Now going for the right, Ang 5. And Kekoa is, one of up-and-comer surfers from Germany. Still, he lives in the north of Portugal. He competes also on the surfing division. He's a very, very good surfer. And it's cool for him, to also demonstrate that not just in surfing. He usually enters, the new generation divisions here in Portugal. And it's such a good surprise to watch him also doing well on longboarding.
Yeah, I do believe that the respective nations call up their best riders and probably challenge them into different divisions so they can accumulate more points for the respective nations and try and clinch on to team's titles. Right now, doing the best for his team is Raoni Portilla, going for another ride here. Super casual, beautiful style there. Another complete ride for Raoni. I think he's just gonna increase his leadership in this heat. And right now, the man in the second position in this heat is the German Kekoa living here in Portugal. And nice hang 5 there. Still going on this wave. Looks like a long ride there. And he's just finishing it off on the inside. Let's wait for the score. As you can see, not a lot of water there on that inside, Nuno.
Yeah, so as we watch now, an effort from Sky. Unfortunately for him, he didn't make it. So, and the thing, we were here 2 years ago on the Euro Junior. We saw Spain clinch the title. Very tight, that final race with France. France, as we see, Raoni Portilla, that is leading this heat. France were the runner-ups. And then Portugal was in third place and England in fourth. So, of course, after, that event, this new generation, they were practicing, they were training for, this year coming stronger, pushing for their teams, as you mentioned. This is just the beginning, but we already saw there, people cheering for their teammates, pushing forward and say, let's go, we want to be champions here in Portugal. And I think we're going to have a beautiful event here in Santa Cruz.
For sure. It's not a very beautiful day here in the Portuguese summer. It's kind of gray, but the temperature is quite fine, I would say. And it's not even 8 o'clock in the morning and the beach is packed already. Everyone is out there. And the flags are stick into the sand, and everyone is just standing by in front of the competition area, just cheering for their teammates. Like I mentioned, not even 8 o'clock, and we already hear some cheers and screams out in the beach. every time a surfer catches a wave. And if this is going to be the spirit that's going to keep up throughout the day and throughout this week, it's going to be an amazing week of competition. And once again, a big shout out to Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit, and of course the local council and the organization company called Promotores for bringing every single year this festival, which includes in this last editions Eurosurf competitions, skimboard competitions, body surf competitions, and of course consolidates the fact that Santa Cruz is one of the surfing hubs of Portugal and also Europe.
Yeah. As we see up in Ryan, Kekoa Umal is trying to find that 2.48 to go into second place. But the wave just closes there on the inside. Yeah, and I think as we see, Nuno, we just have, a couple more days until the Olympics start in Paris. In surfing division, it will be in Teahupo, Tahiti. And it's so cool, this proximity of both two events, almost with the same spirit of the team spirit for you to represent your country and try to, as you mentioned, surfing and longboarding, they are individual sports, but you have a coach here that, I'm telling you to do this, to make the best for your team. So it's kind of both ways that you have to work for yourself and for your teammates.
Out the back, we can see the leader of this heat, Rayone Portilla, trying to figure out if this wave was something that he wanted to ride. Unfortunately for Raoni, the wave did not collaborate and he let that one go. He knows best. He's leading the heat comfortably. His last score just came in as a 3.57, so he increases his lead. Right now, and in the middle of things is Sakolax going for another wave, but the last wave from Kekoa Umal just dropped and pushed Kekoa into second place, Nuno.
Yeah, it was a 3.2, so we go straight into second place. The last one of Raoni Portillo was a 3.57, so it's his second best wave, sorry. And Sky Sakolax from Ireland is in third place, needing a 3.04 for second place. So anything can happen. The heat is wide open, but there's only 3 minutes left. So they saw what happened on the last heat. One wave can make the difference. And let's see if Raoni Portilla hangs on that leading, or if Kekoa or Sky can, turn this heat around.
Comfortably sitting on his board, every single rider, but especially Rayone Portilla on the outside, waiting for one of the biggest waves. He knows that's the wave that's going to make a difference, especially with the scores that he already posted. Leading this one, Kekoa Umal is holding on to their life into second place, but he knows that he needs to fence off any kind of attack from Sky Sakolax from Ireland that only needs a 3.04 to jump into that second place position. You can see Sky and Kekoa getting close there. Kekoa trying to defend his second place position, but Sky is holding on to second priority, so he's going to utilize it and go for a nice hang five there, going back to the center of his board, walking the plank, like we say here in the longboarding, and then finishing it off in that last section and holding on. Will this wave be the 304 that he needs, Nuno? That is the big question.
I think his team agrees, because they were all cheering there and pushing for him. They believe that can be the score, but let's see what's the judge's decision. As we're going to see, I think, another tight hit until the end. Here, Kekoa paddling for this left one. Walking on the board a little imbalanced, but he recovers. But unfortunately, not so much for him.
We got a different move there. There was the 1 foot ride. Yeah. We have that on skateboarding. That was actually really cool to watch. Although I do think there was not an intended move. It was just kind of balance there for Kiko Omo between the trying to ride that wave. And nevertheless, very funny to watch. Meanwhile, we have the water patrol there on the outside. I do believe that is no other than Sergio Cosmico, a local rider here from Santa Cruz, and also Hellman from Nazaré. I saw him early this morning. Didn't have a chance to talk to him because I was checking in here on the booth. But if that is Sergio, we've got one of the best water safety personnel here in Santa Cruz. So not that the waves are very dangerous today, but if some type of accident happens in the water, we are safe and secure.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, everything goes according to the plan, and we just have 5 seconds, on the clock, and this is Raoni Portilla, last wave. Going for right and then turn for left, Ang 5 there. Nice effort for the heat leader. And he's going to bring the wave to the inside. Just, I think he's going to celebrate
with his team
victory. Yeah.
Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this short commercial. See you soon. Welcome back, everyone, to the beautiful beach and not so beautiful day here in Santa Cruz. But nevertheless, the engine just started and we are unfolding the first day of competition of the Eurosurf Junior here at the Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit Surf Festival going on. We just got a win from the Frenchman in this previous heat, Raoni Portilla from France. Just took another win here, the second of the day, of course, but Team France must be proud of Raoni and clocking up some nice points, of course, with the win here in this first round of the Under-18 Boys Longboard Division. Right now, next to me, we've got a new commentator, Lorenzo. Welcome to the booth. And how are you feeling today?
Thank you, Nuno. Good morning. Feeling good. We see some gray sky. Hopefully, we got some stuff coming up. I see on the forecast for the next few days. Yeah. First couple heats done. What did you think of them?
I really like what the boys are bringing into the table. I saw some beautiful rides on the first heat with the likes of Francisco Freitas and also the winner of that heat, Mr. Robson from the Netherlands. Casual style there on their longboards. This last heat was a little bit slowish. And nevertheless, Raoni from France took the win. And he showed some style and grace on his longboard. So it's definitely great to watch what these young boys bring into the water. And we got another heat in the water, Lorenzo. Who do we have?
So from Spain, we got Alfonso Zamora, then on the red jersey. Then on the white, Willem Beck from the Wales.
Yeah.
And then with the yellow jersey, Finn Clark from Scotland.
Unbelievable. We've got riders from every single corner of Europe. And I just can't wait to see what these riders bring into the table.
Here we have Finn Clark up and riding.
Switching it up there. Unfortunately, wave not collaborating out the back. Alfonso Zamora going for a wave of his own, but the wave just dying off. Right now, it's William Back trying to catch this wave, but the wave did not collaborate as well. It's been a strange summer this year, huh, Lorenzo?
Yeah, very strange summer. I came from Peniche, also West Coast, and it's been kind of slow. Weird swells coming in. Some, I don't know. Feels like the wind, the weather has been a little strange often.
Indeed, plenty of rain within the summer, which is rare. But I do believe that more oftenly the summer is being pushed back to the later months, kind of September, October. That's why we're not seeing too much of a sun spree this summer. But like you mentioned, Lorenzo, I do believe that the sun probably is going to pop up in the middle of the morning throughout the afternoon and eat up things here in Santa Cruz. Right now, things are eaten up in the water with these first waves being ridden in this heat number 3 of the round 1 of the under-18 boys longboard division. We are waiting patiently for Nuno Principe to interview the winner of the last heat. As soon as he's ready, we'll get that confirmation and we'll get that interview. Everyone that's watching, probably from France, wants to listen to the words of Raoni on that win. Right now in the water, 17 minutes remaining on the clock. We've got some rides already here, but nothing too expressive, Lorenzo.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. I mean, the waves have been kind of slow in this start of the heat. We got the best wave of the heat so far, Alfonso Zamora with a 2.83, leading the heat right now in first place. And then we got William Beck, second place, needing a 1.41. And then on the yellow jersey, Finn Clark, third place, needing a 0.94. So everything's possible right now. Every surfer needing low scores to get the advantage. And so yeah, we'll see what they can do playing with what the ocean's providing right now. And yeah, I feel like these surfers need to play with a lot of strategy right now. I mean, choose their waves carefully. Some might decide to just surf as many waves as they can, depending on also what their coaches say.
Okay, interview time with the winner from last heat. Nuno, please take it away.
We are here with Raoni Portilla, winner of the last heat. Raoni, how are the conditions out there?
It's kind of tricky, but I mean, same ways for everybody. So we do what I have to do on it, and it's kind of cool because like we have the time to like do our maneuvers and everything, show our surf, and yeah, I mean, it's fun. We're here in Portugal, having fun with the friends and the team. I'm so glad to be here, and yeah, let's do this.
You were saying that is your first time here?
Yeah, it's my first time competing for a French team. First time doing the European and everything. So I'm so excited, and I'm very happy to make my first heat and start the competition good for the team.
Yeah, France were the runner-ups on the last edition 2 years ago. How's the vibe there on your team?
We want to win. We want to get the title back. I think we got it since 1998. So I mean, of course, we kind of had a hard time last time. I saw the team competing. I was at home, but of course, this year we're gonna do everything we can so we can get the title back.
Yeah, we have a nice forecast on our hands. What's your opinion? What's going to happen?
I think it's good because the first rounds are going to be in some small, tricky waves, a bit windy in the afternoon maybe. And as the competition goes, it's going to get bigger. So for the finals, it's going to be cool to have some bigger waves. It's going to be cool.
So do you want to send a message back home?
Well, thanks to everyone watching. It's kind of early. I don't know if everybody's up now, but thanks so much for the support, the messages, all the friends, family, sponsors, everyone. Thank you so much. Big kiss.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you, boys.
Thank you, Nuno Prince, and congratulations once again to the Frenchman Raoni Monteiro taking the win on that last heat. And right now, patiently waiting for some more waves. We've got 3 riders in this heat number 3. Round 1 of the under 18 boys longboard division. Welcome everyone. If you just tuned in, we've got some beautiful waves ridden so far in this longboard division. We can let you know that the first heat, the Netherlands took a win. Second heat, the Frenchman took a win. And right now we're waiting to see if it's going to be a Welsh rider, a Scottish, or a Spanish rider, Lawrence.
Yeah, right now Alfonso is taking the lead still. Not many changes throughout the heat. I feel like it's also been these 3 positions. Yellow riding has ridden the most waves and paddling right now. Let's see. Heavy paddling to catch that wave.
Turbo mode.
And didn't end up not catching it. Yeah, turbo mode.
Yeah, he was on turbo mode. Unfortunately for him, the wave did not collaborate, so Finn Clark will have to sit there on his board and wait patiently for the next set of waves. Right now, so far so good for Alfonso Zamora. The young rider from Spain is taking the lead on this one. Due to the effort of his second wave, 2.83, the best scoring wave of this heat so far. So let's see if he can hold on to that first place. We've got less than 12 minutes remaining. Kind of getting slower, or maybe the riders are a little bit more picky with the waves. What do you think it's going on right now, Lorenzo?
I mean, definitely been slower this heat. As we just saw, Finn Clark's giving it all to catch more waves. I also feel like representing your country should definitely bring you some more responsibility, some more... I don't want to say pressure, but maybe like if you're representing your country, I feel like you want to make your people proud, and definitely more weight on your shoulders, you know? So yeah, love to see the commitment from Finn Clark. Even though he didn't catch the wave, it's good to see that how much energy he's put into it, how much effort, and yeah, he's trying to stay active, paddling around the peak, trying to find a good wave, and yeah, let's see. Little paddle battle.
If there's one to be had in this day, although priority is very important, William back under the priority of the rest. Ooh, watch out. Almost interfered there with that wave from the fellow in yellow. Flynn Clark from Scotland is still riding this one all the way to the inside. We also almost saw a crash there between the Scottish and the Welsh rider. There's the replay there. Although I do believe that William abandoned that wave before interfering with the potential of Finn's wave.
Yeah, it looked like he was exiting the wave before, but yeah, it looked a little
sketchy.
A little sketchy, yeah, definitely.
It's not up to us. We're just commentating. We leave that to the judges. They know best. They know the rule book like the back of their hand. And we're going to wait for that call. Meanwhile, Finn Clark just posted his last scoring wave with a 2-point ride. Now jumping into second, which is pretty much interesting to see the heat situation change. Although Alfonso Zamora is holding on to their life to that first place. Not big scores at the moment being put out on the leaderboard. But nevertheless, this is what Mother Nature has to offer, and this is the choice of waves that these riders have been having. Right now, it's Alfonso up and riding, Lorenzo.
Then for a little hang five. And slowing down a little now, trying to see what the inside has to provide. There he goes, getting a little caught up. And
looks like everything was happening in slow motion.
Slow motion, yeah.
Unfortunately for Alfonso Zamora, probably this is not the wave that he was looking for, but this is the car that is dealt with. Looks like it's getting harder and harder to connect the outside into the inside, which we were seeing on the previous heats. I don't know if the tide changed too much. We have a low tide at the moment, but it looks like the conditions are a little bit different from the previous two heats that we just watched. And riders are having a hard time to find those waves that are connecting the outside into the inside, Lorenzo.
Yeah, I'm curious to see the changes on the upcoming hits because obviously all the teams, all the coaches, all the other athletes are watching right now, and they're trying to maybe find the mistakes the current surfers are doing right now, and maybe try not to replicate them, in their own hits. So
for sure, Lorenzo, I agree with you. That was Finn Clark having a go at that wave, but the wave did not want to have a go at him. Meanwhile, out the back, William Back, funny, catching this left-hander. Nice there, going back to the power source of the wave, trying to connect this wave into the inside, but the wave just dies off.
The wave was looking good in the beginning.
Yeah. But you can see it's crumbling into the inside, not offering that bonus section that we saw on the previous heats. Meanwhile, this is Alfonso Zamora going for a nice hang 10 there. Now switching it up in terms of direction, but the wave just dies off as well. Look at that last score of Alfonso Zamora, Lorenzo. He just posted
3.67, best wave of the heat, and keeping the lead.
Yeah.
Making it harder for others. Finn Clark's been the one catching the most waves, staying the most active. How many waves we got?
Whoa.
From Finn.
It's 6 waves already. Wow. I was mentioning it, like this type of conditions will allow riders to access the outside really quickly. And if waves keep coming and coming, especially on the longboard, you can catch every single wave out there. So it's nice to get busy, but I do believe with the changes that we saw in the lineup, especially in this heat, I think it's better for you to wait for one of the biggest sets and try to connect the wave, or try to get a wave that's got a little bit more power behind it.
Yeah, definitely looks like that strategy you just mentioned is working best for Alfonso. He's got 4 waves and got the 2 highest scores of the heat. So definitely going for the most powerful, best waves is working.
Yeah, definitely that 3.67. It's the best scoring wave of the heat, like you mentioned, Lorenzo. So Alfonso just improves his leadership here in this heat number 3. William Back gets back. I love to see William Back gets back. It's super funny.
So good.
Gets back to second place. And on the strength of that, his last ride, 177, kicking out Finn Clark from the second place position. So they've been switching it up from second to third constantly. It's a very typical Welsh-Scottish fight going on in this heat number 3. And Alfonso Zamora just taking the lead of this heat since the beginning.
Sitting comfortably in first place, just chilling.
Yeah, just chilling. Yeah, look at the boys out there.
Yeah.
Just waiting for waves to pop up on the horizon. But it looks like the ocean just stopped moving, Lorenzo.
Yeah, we're having a little break. It's been hard to catch, to connect the outside with the inside of the wave. They're having very little scores, especially Finn Clark. He's had a lot of not so long ridden waves. We got a lot of lower scores, a lot of waves that didn't really work out for him. But yeah, good to see him being active though and trying his hard to catch as many waves as possible. And yeah, they definitely have different strategies going on. But yeah, 4 minutes left in this heat, and Alfonso keeping the lead.
Yeah, indeed, no motion in the ocean at the moment, so we just have patiently to wait for the next set of waves and see if the boys can take advantage of those waves and try and mixing it up a little bit more in this heat number 3. Right now in second place, William Beck is on the hunt for a 4.5 second to take away that first place from Alfonso. And Finn Clark is just looking for a 1.7 to jump into second position. In terms of priority, things are not looking good for Finn. He's holding on to the third priority. Right now, William Beck can catch every single wave that he wants, but losing his priority right now can be a mistake here for the young Welsh rider. And meanwhile, up and riding, Alfonso Zamora.
Wow, beautiful. That was a good start of the wave. Let's see. Wow.
Stylish there.
Stylish. Yeah, let's see. Maybe that could have been a big mistake for Willem to give away the priority right there with 3 minutes on.
Yeah, for
on
sure.
The way. Yeah.
I agree with you. This is a replay of the last wave of Alfonso Zamora. He goes for the hang 5 to finish off the wave there. Previously on this wave, he was able to pull a hang 10. Nice floater there to finish off the wave. And I do believe that probably this wave can even be accounted for his top 2 scores. And he will improve the leading status of this heat number 3, round number 1 of the under 18 boys longboard division. This is the Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit Festival. Right now, this is the first day we are unfolding, and we do have the parade, the Nations Parade, going on this afternoon, which is mean that every single nation is going to be parading inside of the Santa Cruz town on their uniforms with their flags, going through the streets of Santa Cruz and then finishing it off here at the structure here between Praia do Navio and Praia do Mirante, the further north part of Santa Cruz. And then they're gonna go to the stage and do the presentation ceremony. This year, it all every year happens on the first day, and there's no competition involved. But this year we have to mix it up with the competition because some of the coaches here are gonna be in the Olympics. So we just fit in this first day of competition to make sure that we finish off the competition on the 25th. And every team can go back home and get ready for the Olympics.
And in the meanwhile, throughout this explanation, we just got another score from Alfonso, 3.77, which is the best wave of the heat right now. Yeah, getting his scores a little higher, and there he got probably the last wave for Willem Beck. Well-ridden wave. We got a lot of cheers on the beach. Wow. Making sure he's got all the support he needs. And let's see what this wave gives him. He's needing a 5.51 to get the lead.
And I don't believe that's the score, but I do believe that William will hang on to second place, and probably that's why the Welsh team was cheering. Guys, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We've got still more longboard action to unfold on this first day of competition. Just stick with us, and we'll be back after this commercial break.
O Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit está de regresso de 19 a 28 de julho com muito desporto e música. Acompanhe as provas de surf, longboard, skimboard e body surf com os melhores atletas do mundo. À noite, concertos gratuitos com Carolina de Deus, I Love Baile Funk, Danny Gatto, Sam the Kid, DJ Set e DJ Big, hosted by Sir Scratch, Papillon, The Legendary Tiger Man, Linda Martini, Márcia, Léo Midé, Orquestra Banda Social. Temos encontro marcado no Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit.
Torres Vedras, a land made out of city, countryside and the Atlantic Ocean. Explore a territory with 20 kilometers of coastline. Visit Torres Vedras.
We are back with hit number 4, and here we got Arthur Randall from England riding. Wow, stylish. That was a good one right there. And then we got on the black jersey on the back, still ends up falling right there on the inside. And yeah, good start of hit, pretty active.
Yeah, sure, Lorenzo. And hello, guys. Hello, Internet. I'm Carlos Mariano. Once again, if you remember me from last year or not, it doesn't matter. Well, we're here to assure you a nice webcast for the next 8 days, if I'm not mistaken. At least that's what's forecasted. And talking about forecast, obviously, for the ones who have only joined us right now, obviously the waves aren't exactly epic, but very surfable conditions, very rideable conditions here for longboarding. And meanwhile, we have Mattia Bellucco from Italy with the white jersey in the water, Oscar Godden from Channel Islands in the black, Johannes Serkelsen from Denmark in the third, and Arthur Randall from England in fourth. So sorry, Johannes, if I'm murdering your name, if I'm butchering it. My Danish isn't very strong.
Wow, that was a good start of the heat. We got one wave ridden for each athlete in the first 2 minutes.
Yep.
And then we got yellow up and riding again.
There goes Johannes.
Going
walking
left.
on the board,
And
trying to. Unfortunately, the wave is a little bit mushy, and it perhaps that board needed a little extra volume, considering the conditions. And Mattia Bellucco answering back. Nice. Going for the nose.
Gets caught up. Then we got Arthur Randall on the back, and he just got a 4.17 on his first wave, leading the heat right now. That's a good score to start off, giving him some extra confidence. And Mattia Bellucco with a 2.50 on the first wave. And let's see, Arthur lays down to the inside of this wave, gets back up, and
Yeah.
that's it for him.
Milking everything, every inch of potential out of that wave. The English longboarding school, a very strong one in the European and world context.
And we got a boarding change right there.
Yeah, definitely. I believe he understood that perhaps the conditions I was talking about, a little bit extra volume on the board, perhaps, I'm almost positive. He's gone for a thicker board to take advantage of the conditions, I believe.
Okay, they got another wave from yellow, Johannes.
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 I'm a bit Dutch, a bit Danish, I'm not sure, but let's stick with Johannes.
Johannes, sweet. Mattia Bellucco riding, little hang five. Okay, gets caught up. And then Oscar Godden on the back from the Channel Islands.
Trying his best to progress onto the nose of the board, but well, lots of waves. Although they're not the strongest, A little bit mush here on the whoa. Nice one by Johannes Terkelsen, fighting all he can to keep up on that board. But still, some not the best conditions, of course, but lots of ways to be ridden here today, Lorenzo.
Yeah, but as soon as the previous heat, it's been sketchy to connect the two sections of this wave, the outside with the inside. That was cool cut back from Arthur, and let's see, looks like he's getting the best wave right now. Getting good choices, making good choices. I mean, riding all the way to the inside. That was good. We're hearing some big cheers from the beach. Everyone making sure their teammates getting all the support, and yeah, it's beautiful. This is what makes this so amazing about the nations.
Yeah, and sure, and it helps a bit. Obviously, the teams are all also very experienced in this kind of competition. They're obviously trying to influence a little bit the judges, but definitely that was an excellent wave. If I can tell, I'm not a judge, but I think it was perhaps the best wave of the heat. It's not a difficult call. And meanwhile, we're going for a flash interview.
I'm here with the winner of the last heat, no other than the Spanish Alfonso Zamora. Alfonso, how are you feeling? How does it feel to start with a win?
I'm really happy because in 2022 I came here too and I didn't win any heat. I got to the final, but I didn't win anyone. So winning the first one, it feels really good.
Spain is the defending champion of the Eurosurf Junior. Does that bring a weight on your shoulders to try and defend the title this year?
I don't think it's like a weight in the shoulder. It's more like a motivation to get on and keep going through heats and all that stuff.
So this year you finally got a win on the heat, and you're going to keep that up throughout the competition?
I hope so. Let's see. Hit by hit.
Do you want to send a message in Spanish to everyone that's watching?
Thank you for all the Spanish team and all my family, my friends, and all the people who are watching me.
In Spanish, do you want to send a message in Spanish?
Que muchísimas gracias a todo el equipo español, a todos mis amigos, mi familia y a toda la gente que me está viendo. A tope y a ganar otra vez.
There you have it. The Spanish team wants to defend the title here at Santa Cruz Eurosurf Junior competition here. So stay tuned. Let's see if they can defend the title. So far, so good. Heat number 3. Alfonso taking the win. Right back to you boys for some more action.
Okay, we're back. Yellow just got another wave. Trying to stay active. He's sitting on the 4th place. He needs to get some higher scores right now. Yeah.
Yeah, and definitely as we were saying, Arthur Randall definitely got himself the best of the heat with 70 with it. Arthur Randall definitely got the best wave of the heat with that 417, and it secures the comfortable leadership of this heat with Mattia Bellucco in second, needing a 494 to steal the top spot from Arthur, with Oscar Godden needing a 294 to second, and Johannes Terkelsen with a 307 for second. So a lot to discuss still on this heat, and it's going to be hectic for sure because the conditions, since they're so small today, it provides for very small differences between small marginal differences between all the competitors. Wouldn't you say, Lorenzo?
Yeah, I feel like the higher scores have been given to the surfers who just look the most comfortable on the wave. Try not to get caught up on these sections, on these, I would say, fat, a little more fat, you know, where the wave just that doesn't help with your surfing. And yeah, I feel like the 4.17 of Arthur was just ridden more clean than others, and that's what's been more distinguished from the lower scores.
Yeah, it was a very long ride. Arthur clearly milked all the scoring potential out of the wave, but still not looking very forceful on the wave, not pushing it too hard. He looked poised and comfortable, and so the judges rewarded him for it. It's obviously it's a 417, a kind of an average score, but considering the scoring potential out there, it's a pretty nice wave.
Oscar on the next wave, up and riding. Let's see. This section is looking a little better, and no, ends up not providing anything.
Meanwhile, Arthur Randall leading, and he looks pretty comfortable. That he started the heat by exchanging his board, and he definitely seems to be thriving on that exchange because he's surfing pretty well considering.
Yeah, for sure. He's been showing the most style, the most comfort on these waves. He's definitely getting the higher scores for a reason. And yeah, he's sitting comfortable in the first place since the beginning. And Mattia Boluku needing a 4.94 to take the lead and holding to the second priority. And Johans with the most waves ridden, the surfer staying the most active but sitting on the fourth place. And we've seen that also in the previous heat, Carlos. The surfer with the most waves has been sitting on the lowest position, and I wonder if that's a strategy.
Yeah, it's a strategy that is not paying off, right?
Not paying off.
Yeah, it's meanwhile Arthur Randall, again with it not doing that much, but the body language of Arthur shows he's very relaxed, very confident on these waves. But as you were saying, yes, it's a great analysis from your part, Lorenzo. Obviously, I think that the right strategy here is trying to maximize your chances by choosing the best wave possible and not wasting energy with surfing too many waves that don't translate into good scores. I was hesitating because we're watching Mattia Boluku here in second, but it's not going to enter be enough to attack the first place.
No. And Oscar on another wave, giving a little, forcing his way into.
Yeah, definitely not inside. What the judges want to see.
Definitely not. And yeah, it also fits what we were talking about being comfortable on passing through these sections and just feeling lighter, not forcing your way. Effortless. Right? Exactly, that's the right word. And yeah, 7 minutes left.
Yeah, because longboard has a lot to do with style, with flow, with poise, with a certain attitude, and that needs to show on the way the surfer rides the wave.
Arthur Randall, wow, beautiful hang five.
Wow, textbook illustration of what I was saying.
That was so good. He's
look
still
at the
on the
style,
way.
Look at the poise. Look at
hang 10.
Yeah, this is going to be definitely a great score.
So good. Well done. Pride of England right now.
Yeah. It's a very solid longboarding school of England with guys like obviously the top notch of that school is Ben Skinner, multiple European champion.
You got the yellow Johans on the next wave and.
Whoa, nice one.
Nice one.
Finally, the Danish.
He was able to ride that one for a little longer, and now he got Mattia Boluku exiting the wave again.
Finally, the perseverance pays off, and Johannes Terkelsen got himself a pretty nice wave, and that might be very important for Johannes, who needs a 307 to jump into second and try to squeeze through his way on this main round onto round 2 of the qualification round. So,
I mean, I'm sure that one's definitely gonna higher up his score. Let's see if it's the
At least,
3.017.
Well,
If
that,
not,
that I'm not sure. But
I'm not sure either.
But it's going to improve his position for sure.
Yeah. And we got the first priority with white, Mattia Bellucco from Italy, and needing a 4.94. For now, we're still waiting for the last wave of Arthur, which is going to make things a little harder for everyone out there. That wave was incredible.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a great score. And the judges are still crunching the numbers, trying to see what to award Arthur Randall with. Meanwhile, the Englishman does not rest on his laurels, and there he goes.
Beautiful style.
Yeah, definitely. Switch stance.
Just playing around.
Yeah, definitely
having a
fun.
good time.
Just having fun. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think about that board switch in the beginning of the hit?
Well, I'm not sure. We can only speculate what was wrong with the board. It could be something as could have some kind of malfunction, like a loose fin or something. But I think it was just he just had a feeling that wasn't the right board for the conditions, and he switched it off. Whatever it was, it's definitely paying off.
Yeah, definitely. He's surfing really good throughout this hit, always with the highest scores. And yeah, he is the one to go for, to go after.
I think right now, I would say this is a heat where that's the first place is settled, and the fight here is for second, at least based on what we're seeing, and still without that big score.
We got Portugal team.
Portugal, yeah, the local team. At least even without Arthur Randall's big score, I'm almost positive he's going to have a big score from that wave. Still, he has a couple of scores to be punched in by the judges so far. But I would say that with less than 3 minutes to go, this heat is definitely a win for Arthur Randall, and we're going to see a big fight for second. Meanwhile, with Mattia Bellucco.
Mattia trying to secure his second place. Because Johannes is only... Oh, we just got the last wave from Red, from Arthur. We got a 6.17.
Yep.
Best score of the day so far.
It was not difficult. It was not difficult to foresee that was definitely a great scoring wave. 6.17, considering the conditions. It's awesome work by Arthur Randall. So it only solidifies what I was saying, that this heat is definitely for Arthur Randall to win. And we're now watching with interest, of course,
the fight for
second. That's the name of the game right now.
Yeah, I feel like the second place is reachable for any of these three surfers. Blue on the fourth place only needs a 3.34, so it's doable, and we got still 1 minute and 40 seconds left remaining. So, but yeah, it's gonna be tough for Blue, for Oscar. He doesn't have priority right now, fourth priority, I mean. Yeah. So.
Because meanwhile, Johannes Terkelsen from Denmark got himself with that which we saw a couple of minutes ago. What we called that was his best wave, and definitely it was his best wave, a 203. But considering the scores, it's not enough for him to jump into second. So meanwhile, it's Mattia Bellucco from Italy in the second place, and Johannes and Oscar are going to have to do something a little bit more special. And talking about now Arthur is just rubbing it on the competition.
We might have his last chance here from Johannes, needing a 2.74 and gets caught up. We'll see.
I think Johannes, from what I'm seeing, he was just perhaps a little betrayed by the choice, by his wave choice, and not so much for his surfing, because he seems to be a very competent surfer on the longboard. Meanwhile, Mattia Bellucco trying to see if he can secure his second place. And Arthur Randall.
And we got 5 seconds left. And
And it's a victory lap for Arthur Randall right now. Nice surfing by the young Englishman. So it's England for the first, Italy for second, Denmark for third, and Channel Islands for fourth. And that's as the fat lady sung.
I feel like that was a well-deserved win for Arthur.
Oh, definitely.
Beautifully surfed waves. And there he got all the team supporting him, everyone cheering him up. And
It's the Eurosurf Spirit, after all, in one image. It's the what's special about this competition. Meanwhile, we're going for a small commercial break. We'll be right back with you in a couple of minutes.
O Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit está de regresso de 19 a 28 de julho com muito desporto e música. Acompanhe as provas de surf, longboard, skimboard e body surf com os melhores atletas do mundo. À noite, concertos gratuitos com Carolina de Deus, I Love Baile Funk, Danny Gatto, Sam the Kid, DJ Set e DJ Big, hosted by Sir Scratch, Papillon, The Legendary Tiger Man, Linda Martini, Márcia, Léo Miguel, Orquestra Banda Social. Temos encontro marcado no Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit.
And we're back now again with Nuno Príncipe on the microphone. How are you, Nuno? Once again reunited here at the Eurosurf Junior.
Yeah, I'm fine, Carlos. Thanks. Amazing vibe. I was there, during my break on the beach, and you have to come here to feel all this vibe. All the teams pushing for their teammates. The coach is giving instructions, everybody cheering, clapping, and, a lot of emotion going on the sand.
Definitely. And especially for the Portuguese now with Aurora Dantas, the local surfer, local from Portugal. She's not from Santa Cruz. In the water with a red singlet. Mare Gobroch from Netherlands. I'm sorry to all the Dutch if I'm butchering her name. Mare Gobroch in the white singlet as she's riding, and Mia Ramakers from Belgium. So first wave for Mare Gobroch, and now we're seeing Aurora Dantas from Portugal.
Yeah, here she goes up and riding, just, letting the wave, trying to be a little more steep on the inside. Let's see, she can walking a little bit on the board now, just trying to feel the wave, trying to feel the board, just warming up.
Yeah, getting her first score on the scoreboard. It's very important. Getting to feel the board underneath her feet, and a little bit of a warm up for Aurora.
Yeah. So the conditions still small. So we have the first heat of the women under 18 longboard division. So the schedule is 3 more hits after this.
Okay.
And then we'll see if there's something more. But so the first schedule was this, and I think it was a good call because this is a no losers round. Nobody's going to be eliminated, and it's good for you to start the competition on the first day on the waiting period.
Yeah, definitely. With the longboarding, we're going to have only under 18s women, and under 18s men or girls and boys, as you wish. And now we're watching Mia Ramakers.
Yeah, here she goes for
surfing her first wave from Belgium.
Yeah, here she goes. So let's wait. 2-point ride for Aurora Dantas on her first wave. 1.33 for Mare Robrock. Second place for the Netherlands. Now we wait for this wave for Mia Ramakers from Belgium. So if you're just tuning in, good morning, everybody. We are broadcasting live here from Mirante Beach in Santa Cruz, west coast of Portugal. This is the Eurosurf Junior that gathers the best surfers and longboarders juniors from all over Europe to fight for the team title and also for individual titles on each division. So now we're going to interview.
And here we have Arthur Randall. So Arthur, the mandatory question here today is, how are the conditions out there? And I would say not classic, but still you did some pretty good scores considering.
Yeah, it's better than it looks out there, to be fair. When I was sitting down watching my heat with Bo, we sort of looked like it died down quite a lot from the previous heat. So I went in there with an open mind and just tried to surf like I was free surfing, and it worked out. Yeah.
Staying positive after all. And at a certain time, at a certain moment of the heat, you definitely looked like you were having a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was having loads of fun. Once I got that like bigger left and got a good score in, just sort of wanted to get some fun waves. It boosts my like mentality as well if I have fun, so I feel I surf better.
You look pretty comfortable, pretty poised on the wave. What are your influences in surfing? What are your coaches, and talk us a little bit of yourself and how you get so competent on the longboard?
So the longboard scene is pretty big in England, and one of my main influences is Ben Skinner. Skin Dog, I ride his boards, and I've kind of grown up with him there. So he's definitely been a major influence in my longboarding. Yeah, my coaches, everyone really, the whole community is really good. Yeah.
And what are the objectives, the main goals of your team this year? England has been growing in this European Championships, always inching a little bit further and closer to a potential title one day. And it's that your objective, your goal this year is to reach that elusive title or not?
Yeah, we're here to win. That's it, really. Yeah, that's all. We're going to win.
Oh, that's the statement, if I ever heard one. Okay, back to you guys.
Yeah, that's it. England is here to win, as all other teams. So everybody wants to clinch the title, but just one will be the champion of the 2024 edition of the Eurosurf. So, yeah, of course, he mentioned it there, the living legend Ben Skinner that already won here. So, of course, this new generation look to those living legends as Ben. And of course, they try to follow their footsteps and one day also to clinch the title. So England was in fourth place on this last edition. So Spain was first, France was second, Portugal was third, and England was fourth. So Carlos, welcome back to the booth. And he was there just, saying that he's focused to England to win this year.
Very nice interview with the young Arthur Randall. I love his confidence in the water and outside the water as well on the interview. Meanwhile, nice wave by Mia Ramakers. But as I was saying, he's as comfortable in the water as he is in the flash interview. He didn't have any kind of issues assuming that England wants to be, or putting forward that England wants to be champion this year on the Eurosurf Junior. England has been growing, as I said, year by year has been growing in their performances, and obviously as a result in their relative position in these events. And who knows, perhaps this year this is going to be England's year. But that if Portugal doesn't have a word to put on that cause with Aurora Dantas, going here and representing the Portuguese colors with this nice wave.
Yeah, we have such strong teams: Spain, France, Portugal, England, and other teams. So anything can happen. We already saw on previous years a lot of surprises when we see, okay, they are the favorites, some 1, 2, 3, 4, but then there's one team that each year it's like a surprise for everybody.
Of course.
And what makes this event so incredible to watch.
But that said, obviously the main contenders are always France, Portugal, and Spain, and they've been trading blows and trading places all these years regarding the titles here in the Eurosurf Junior. In this case, in the Eurosurf Junior. So these are obviously the main contenders, the usual suspects, so to speak, regarding the win. But still, it's going to be interesting to see if England or any other nation can put a dent on that domination, on that Portugal, Spain, and France domination here at this event.
Yeah. So Belgium's Mia Ramakers just went into first place, just a couple of waves there on the 1 point range, but it was enough for her to go into leading the heat. Aurora Dantas from Portugal now in second place, but there's one score to drop for the Portuguese longboarder. And Mare Robrock in third place. Carlos, Aurora Dantas, she's a sister of João and António Dantas.
Yeah, well, she comes from a very powerful longboarding clan here in Portugal, which João and António being the two best longboarders internationally and nationally, I'd say, in Portugal, with several titles and several several great results here in the Eurosurf and the Eurosurf Junior, or even on the international World Surfing Tour, World Longboarding Tour as well. So it's some very, very big shoes to fill from the younger of the clan, the youngest of the clan, Aurora Dantas.
Yeah, I agree. It's a family with a lot of longboard in their veins, and the great news for the Portuguese also community of longboarders. António Dantas qualified recently for the World Longboard Tour, so he's representing Portugal on the first league of longboarding all over the world, and it's amazing. For this generation, we have here the under 18 girls and boys competing. And of course, for Aurora, with those two brothers so talented, of course she wants to follow their footsteps.
And I think it's rubbed on her on the sister. It's not as I tend to say that talent is a lot of hard work.
Yeah, I agree.
And Aurora has a lot of experience. Although she's very young, she's also very experienced. She's been surfing for a while, and we're used to seeing her in these events. So I kind of expect something interesting, a very interesting performance from Aurora on this event. Meanwhile, interesting as well is Mia Ramaker's performance on this heat with some very long waves, not doing that much on the board, but still very good waves ridden by Mia Ramakers, and although she's not doing that technically nothing outstanding, she's surfing pretty competent, and as a result is in second place of this heat.
Yeah, minutes ago 3.33 for Aurora, so she got back her lead from Mia, and as we saw today, Carlos, a lot of tight heats on the last dying seconds of the heats. Longboarders try to do everything to win or at least stay in second place, to avoid the rapid charge. So it's kind of fight until the end.
Definitely. It's a very there are two factors here. Obviously, the unbalanced heat that we were used to see at these European events are long gone. It's definitely something from the past. Everybody is catching up to the top riders. The performances here are much more balanced. The level is much more. It's higher than we used to see like 10 years ago, for sure. Or even less than that, We're watching a much more higher level of surfing from nations that we were used to see as pardon the expression, a little bit like pushovers. There are no pushovers right now on the European surfing scene. Everybody is much more evolved surfing wise. And on the other hand, the conditions are pretty democratic, so to speak, on this heat with very small waves. So it's difficult to stand out in these conditions. So all of that said, pretty nice surfing by Mia Ramakers. Now she's showing off.
Yeah, Mia Ramakers just did a 2.03 on her last wave, and then we're gonna expect a good score on this one, Carlos.
This is definitely her best scoring wave so far.
Check this hang 5 there.
Finally taking some risks.
Yeah. And she now trying to attack again and go into first place. So a cool battle between Aurora and Mia. Also Mari Robrock still in the mix, but check. So it's a 3.67, and Mia goes straight again into first place. I think it was just a glitch on our graphic. Let's see how it is updating.
Yep.
5 minutes to go. So it's decision time for everybody. While we wait for that score to drop, and we have the confirmation which is the score. So, Carlos, a nice call for the organization. The first day of waiting period for the longboard. Check this out. Of course, the waves are small, but they can do a couple Hang 5s, Hang 10s, and warming up. Nobody will lose today. So, good call.
Yeah, it's a very, very rideable condition. It was a very risky call from the technical director, but still, it seems to be paying off with some pretty rideable conditions here. The waves are pretty small, but still, for longboarding, the conditions are pretty surfable. So we have some nice surfing for one, and on the other side, regarding the organization, we still get to have some heats on the water. And start pushing on from this event calendar. So it's always important. We have 8 days to play with, but it's still very important to start things off well, as we are watching right here with some very nice longboarding.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna save the best for last, because the forecast is looking very good for next week. So it's cool to start with these smaller.
Saturday onwards?
Yes, Sunday onwards. Okay. Yeah, tomorrow is more or less the same as today. Okay. But then from Sunday a little bit bigger, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
some
and Thursday. It's gonna be epic. So a lot of expectation to then finish the event in the best conditions possible.
I think it's best. It's best to end strong than the other way around.
So now we have the confirmation, as we see up in riding, the new heat leader, Mia Ramakers, just did a 4.5, which is the best wave of the heat. And she went straight again to first place.
And she's definitely confident now. With a very slow start from Mia Ramakers, not taking any chances with the waves, but now she looks way more confident, risking way more going on to the nose and showing some nice classical longboarding and reaping the results with the leadership of this heat. With now the Portuguese Aurora Dantas in second, needing a 3:21 to first. Meanwhile, Mare Hobroch from Netherlands in a tough position. Relatively speaking, of course, she needs a 3:63, which is a very terrible score. But in these conditions, we never know. There she goes, Mare Hobroch.
Yeah, she's feeling the pressure and she knows that she has to take the risk, and she managed to get that balance back, but unfortunately for her, she fell on that one.
And now Aurora Dantas paddling for this wave. I think Aurora is kind of feeling a little bit the pressure. I don't think she was expecting to lose the first place as she did. And now it seems like she's a little bit pressured onto getting another score, but she still has not that much time, 1 minute and something, and actually the second place here or the first is not too relevant because both two top spots grant you access to the round 2 of the qualification rounds, so no big deal for Aurora.
Yeah, but she saw that Mare Hobroch just did a wave.
Yeah.
And she kind of felt,
she felt the pressure.
She felt like the pressure, not just as you mentioned, after losing the leading for Mia. And then she saw that Mare react.
Yeah.
And maybe her second place is at risk.
Yeah. Good analysis, yes.
But she's going to answer.
Definitely that. There she goes. Aurora. Risking a little bit. Wipe out from Aurora, and that's not going to be the 3:21 she needed. But I believe we're still waiting for that Mare Hobroch score. Mare needed the 3:33. Sorry, a 3:63. The second, I'm almost positive that's not going to be enough. So Aurora is going to progress on the qualification rounds as well. On the main event, in second place.
So let's wait for that final score to drop. But while we're waiting, we're going to commercials.
Yep.
Torres Vedras, a land made of the city, countryside, and the Atlantic Ocean. Explore a territory with 20 kilometers of coastline.
Have you heard my Nazi
Visit
knock-knock
Torres
joke?
Vedras.
Knock-knock.
And we're back with live action with Margot Viorge from France with the red singlet, Evelyn Moore from Ireland with the white singlet, and in the yellow, Ludmila Gunther from Germany with, as we're watching now, the Portuguese national team that went there to salute Aurora Dantas and her and her second place on the heat that allows her to progress still in the main event here on the longboarding under 18 girls. And now, as we heard, the heat has started with Margot Vierge from France, Evelyn Moore from Ireland, and Ludmila Gunther from Germany. Three very strong. Well, as I was saying, there are no pushovers anymore on the European surfing scene. Everyone has some great performers here in the water, great surfing. So it's going to be a pretty interesting heat on our hands for sure. As we're watching here, Evelyn Moore taking a look at this wave and up and riding. Evelyn Moore on this right-hander, going immediately onto the nose, but unfortunately that section wasn't powerful enough to sustain the Irish longboarder. But still a nice gesture, nice Evelyn Moore showing that that she's not here to play games. She's here for business, but unfortunately the luck of the Irish didn't favor her this time, and that wave didn't do anything for her, and so just a 1 point score wave for Evelyn Moore. Meanwhile, Margot Vierge up and riding with his left-hander. Nice. Nice first score. Nice first score for, well, at least a score. It's very important for these surfers to put a score on the scoreboard to start things off. Start building house, as they say here, with well, meanwhile, Evelyn Moore again, pretty active, the Irish, as we're still waiting for Ludmila Gunther from Germany to go on to her first wave. Evelyn Moore again with not the best choice of waves, but still with a pretty nice initiative from the nice attitude from the Irish.
Yeah, so of course these longboarders already saw, previous heats, so they know what they have to do. So I think the first and the second two heats of the day were very difficult for the longboarders because, they were trying to find the best spot where to sit, where the waves were breaking, but these last hits that we just saw, we know that where they want to be, the waves that they want to have. So now we go straight into the interview.
Hello once again. I'm with the winner of the last heat, no other than Mia Ramakers, representing Belgium. How are you feeling, Mia?
Very good. The waves are very nice. They were little, but I enjoyed it a lot.
One question. So you're from Belgium. Where do you practice the sweet style that you brought in here to the Santa Cruz Eurosurf Festival?
Well, I don't live in Belgium. I live in the Canary Islands, and I'm very lucky that I get to surf there every day with very nice conditions.
So you only longboard, or you also practice another craft?
I also do shortboarding, and I also be competing here shortboarding, and I also do many other sports at home.
Perfect. So you're multitasking. How does it feel to take a win for your home country and probably try to take Belgium to one of the top spots?
I'm very excited, and I'm very happy that I got this opportunity to surf for my country.
Do you want to leave a message to everyone that's watching the live stream?
Thank you to my mom and dad and to my dog Vega.
There you have it, Vega, a win dedicated to you. Keep up with us, guys. Stay tuned. More action on the longboard division.
There it is. Me, winner of the last heat. A lot of good vibes here in Santa Cruz in Portugal. Yes, she mentions with a nice interview from Nuno. She mentions a lot of things that we can talk about it. There's athletes, they're going to do the multitasking, or which means they're going to compete in longboarding and also in surfing, Carlos.
Yeah. That's
Which is
definitely
so cool.
Yeah, she's definitely it's definitely a solution for some of these countries who are landlocked, who don't have a coastline. They have a lot of surf. Well, Margot Vioche here in this right-hander, very nicely surfed by Margot, saving that opportunity there to keep on riding. Very very well surfed, very intelligent. But as I was saying, some of these countries are obviously there's a kind of a. As I was saying, there are no pushovers. As I said, all these countries have very nice surfers, and the surfing level is high. But that comes with a very simple explanation. The surfers they have are all some of them, if not the majority, but some of them live in places that have good waves. And Mia, the Belgian, is one example. She said she was living in the Canary Islands, which is, of course, one of the main spots of waves here in Europe. Well, the Canary Islands is almost Africa, but still, it counts as Spain. So it's let's call it Europe for sure. Saludos para las Canarias. And she lives there, and obviously she has a very rich, a very fertile training ground to surf some of the best waves of the European countries, for sure. Some of the best waves, even in the world in some cases.
What a nice place to live in.
Yeah,
Canary
so it's
Island.
a very nice place to live. So it's that explains a little how some of these landlocked countries present such good surfing with such good surfers, because some of them obviously don't live in these landlocked countries, and they go and train and sometimes live in some other countries which are more blessed with waves. This was a textbook example of that. And now, meanwhile, we saw Evelyn Moore on that replay, trying her best. Meanwhile, with Margot Vioche, with that nice wave I was commenting some minutes ago, got herself a 333, heading to a 1.67, and she's now in the lead with Evelyn Moore, trying her best to steal that top place from Margot Vioche, which is a little bit irrelevant because the two top spots progress in this main event. And meanwhile, Ludmila Gunther in a very tough position in third place with only an 0.63 and needing a 2.70 to go into second place and try to progress into the next round.
Yeah, there's surfers, that start way slow, and then they build their scores until the end, and on the dying minutes of the heat, they can turn around things. So in this case, Margot Vioche and Evelyn Moore started better than Ludmila, but the German longboarder still has a lot of time to turn these things around. Of course, it all depends on what the other two longboarders will make. Meanwhile, but you have to keep your focus. We already saw today very tight heats that on the dying seconds of the heat there were some impressive scores that turned around the situation. And they, even if they don't start so well as it happens now to Ludmila, they manage to turn around and to make the best for them, make the best for their teams. So as we now watch here, so Carlos, we have an amazing, more than a week ahead of us. Besides the Eurosurf Junior, we also have an amazing program of other sports. We have skimboard with a national and international event with some of the best events.
Skimboarders in the world, yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of a tradition here in Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz is also very hot spot for skimboarding, and it's been year after year, along with, well, meanwhile, Margot Vioge on this right-hander, trying to outsurf that white foam. Unfortunately, she could not, and so this is not going to be a very significant score for Margot Vioge, but still leading the heat with that 3:33 in 1.67. As we're watching the wave, not the best wave choice, but as I was saying, skimboarding is always, it's been a staple of this Ocean Spirit event, along with the Eurosurf or the Eurosurf Junior. So it's not a surprise to see the skimboard here in Santa Cruz, and it's always a pretty nice show here for everyone on the beach.
Yeah, we also have a Pro Junior Portuguese Championship going on, also body surf. So there's a lot of things going on. If you are, around Portugal on these amazing summer vacations, just pass by. You are always welcome here in Santa Cruz. As we see up in Ryan, the heat leader, with the Margot Vioge there with the hang 5 and just, finish that wave. So, Carlos, after what happened 2 years ago, as we see here the replay of last one of the French longboarder. Mm-hmm. So France and Spain got with an amazing race until the end.
Yeah, it was quite a battle.
What a battle. It was amazing for us to witness that.
Definitely.
But then Spain just got the best, and French were like, oh, no way, what? So they want to get it back.
Yeah, it was kind of a grudge battle here in Santa Cruz this year with the French. I don't think they quite digested that loss very well. It's part of the game, I guess. Nobody likes to lose, and the French history says they're not very used to losing in the European surfing scene. So and obviously they're one of the most powerful surfing nations in the world. So it was kind of a surprise for them to lose to Spain. The first Euro Junior win for Spain.
Historic.
History in the making there 2 years ago. And so we're pretty curious to see if Spain can sustain and can live up to the hype and keep on trudging and getting themselves another win on the Eurosurf Junior, or if France or even Portugal as the host nation can do it again, or even, who knows, one of those those guys who aren't the usual suspects, like England, for instance, can go and get to the next level and win. We'll never see. We'll never know. Because meanwhile, Margot Vioge surfed another impressive wave. She got herself a 450 on the previous wave, and now she's going to have a very important score again on her hands and solidifying her leadership of the heat.
Yeah, she's dominating the heat. Amazing style from Margot, and of course we can see that Evelyn Moore already needs 6 points to go into first place. Of course it is possible, but as the time goes by, Margot she's improving her lead and making the work from other competitors very tough to turn these things around. But still a lot of time on the clock, and let's see how Evelyn and Ludmila will react with the time they have to do it. But amazing longboarding from Margot, picking the right waves, letting her surf speak, not rushing things, walking on the board, a couple of hang 5s there. And she's showing a lot of good surfing here, proving, of course, that France, as we already heard on some interviews today. France wants the title back. They are here to win. And let's see, this is just the first day of competition, but until the end of next week, a lot of things going on, though, the swell will be here and will change the conditions that we are seeing now. So it will be very good because the final days of the event will be on the best conditions, which is great.
Yeah, it's definitely way better to end strong than the other way around. We also obviously want to see good waves, but I prefer to start with small waves and end up with epic surfing conditions than the other way around. So it's going to be. Meanwhile, with the last score of Margot Vioge at 567, excellent wave for Margot Vioge, considering the conditions, obviously, and it provides a pretty nice lead for the French woman, with Evelyn Moore in second and Ludmilla Gunther with definitely a very, very tough spot for the German, who needs a 270 to go into second, which is a pretty attainable score. But we'll see if Evelyn Moore, if the Irish surfer allows her to get that score or not, or if, on the other hand, if she can get herself a nice score. With 3 minutes and something to go, we still have a lot on this heat for sure.
Yeah, and Margot kind of, let the other ones now fight for the second spot, because Evelyn Moore now needs 8.34 for first place. Of course, it's doable. It's an excellent point range, but, if we are putting it in context, these conditions will not be easy for her to do it. And Margot really, she was building her score through the heat. Very, very intelligent how she managed the heat, and she's not done yet. She goes again on this small wave, trying to check what the wave offer. But this one is for is not going to count on her two best ones. So she's in form. And this was not a good way for her, but she's very comfortable on the lead, so she can just have fun, enjoy, and 2 minutes to go. So, of course, we already saw during the first heats of the day some surprises on the last minutes, but truth is that Margot Vioge, she's dominating this heat, but it's not done yet. So unfortunately, Evelyn just fell on that wave, which is not helping what she wants to do. At least she wants to defend her second place. If she can't go fighting for the victory on this heat with Margot that we see on the image.
And the conditions seem to have improved a lot since the beginning of the heat, at least, with some it looks like some more powerful waves, a little bit more on the outside. Not the image what we're watching on our screens doesn't seem to confirm that, but really there's look at these, there is a couple of lines outside, and some pretty little bit more of a solid surf for the pretty more solid conditions for the surfers here. Let's see if that's not just an optical illusion or if they can take advantage of these lines.
Yeah, Evelyn was checking this wave, so she didn't went on that one. Let's see if she goes on this one. Yes, she goes on this, trying to milk this right-hander.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for her, it just got stuck, so it doesn't do much for her. And check this out. Margot is like having a ball. She's having fun. She's showing how to surf these small waves. Very consistent, very solid on her surfing. So, all she wrote.
Yep, with Margot Vierge in the first place, Evelyn Moore in second, and Ludmilla Gunther going into the repechage rounds. So, very nice start for the Frenchman as well. And we're going for a commercial.
Yep.
Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit está de regresso de 19 a 28 de julho com muito desporto e música. Acompanhe as provas de surf, longboard, skimboard e body surf com os melhores atletas do mundo. À noite, concertos gratuitos com Carolina de Deus, I Love Baile Funk, Danny Gatto, Sam the Kid, DJ Set e DJ Big, hosted by Sir Scratch, Papillon, The Legendary Tiger Man, Linda Martini, Márcio, Léo Midea, Orquestra Banda Social. Temos encontro marcado no Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit.
And we are back here in the booth. I'm joined by Lorenzo. Of course, Lorenzo, one of the teammates here in the commentaries. And we are about to unfold another heat of the round one of the under-18 girls longboarding. What a beautiful way to start this first day. What are your thoughts, Lorenzo?
Yeah, I think this first day has definitely it's been good. I feel like it's been building up. Like we've had some higher scores in the previous heats. I feel like the surfers are adapting their strategies to what they've seen before getting in the water, you know. And yeah, I feel like there's a really good energy at the beach. Everyone's supporting their teammates and everyone cheering when there's a good wave, when their teammates passing the heat. So it's been good. I feel like we got some very good week ahead of us, and yeah.
I do believe that the Ocean Spirit is here. That's the name of this festival throughout this week here in Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit. If you just joined this, welcome. This is, I do believe, heat number 3, sorry, of the round one of the under-18 girls longboard division. And we've got Alaitz Castro going for her first wave. Nice riding there. Now switching it up to the right-hand side there. Trying to find some more potential on this first ride. And she brings the wave all the way into the inside. We got some cheers for the Spanish team. She just finished the wave in front of her contingent.
So good. And I think I saw Annie from Scotland on the yellow jersey paddling to a wave. I'm not sure how he went. Looks like she didn't go all the way to the inside like Alights did. Kind of a shorter wave. And Katie holding with the first priority on the outside from Wales. And yeah, so it was a 1-point wave.
Short ride for Aniard from Scotland will be representing her country with the yellow jersey. Representing Wales is Katie David in the white singlet. And of course, in red, Laitz Castro representing Spain. So far, so good for a couple of these countries. I had the chance to interview the winner of the heat number 1 of the girls longboarding under 18. And she came all the way from Belgium, of course, living in the Canary Islands. She just confessed she has the blessing of surfing every day. And if you surf every day, for sure you are blessed.
For sure. Our sport's a blessing, and it's definitely one of a kind. I mean, just you can be more connected to nature as we do as surfers, and yeah, it's just so special because you just got to be connected to go through heats and pick up the best waves. And we just got the score from the first wave of the red jersey, the Spanish surfer, 4.17. That's
beautiful.
Good way to start.
Most definitely. And she just finished off the wave just in front of where the Spanish contingent is sitting at the beach there. And what a beautiful way to show your teammates that you have this thing under control and you're taking an early lead and probably take the win here. So, so far so good for the Spanish team. And with 20 minutes in the seat, although a couple of minutes were burned already. Let's see who's going to come out on top. Right now, we saw a couple of wins from Netherlands. We saw some wins from France and Spain as well.
So
in the
England?
in the men's division, and in the women's division, some England, also Belgium, which I interviewed. So every country is getting into the mix of the wins. Very interesting.
It's been very competitive.
Yeah. I do believe that the strong nations are, of course, Spain, which is defending the title, Portugal, France, and I would say England. Regarding the last edition 2 years ago placements. But I do believe that more and more like places like Scotland, Wales, Belgium, and Netherlands will get some more spotlight.
Yeah, definitely.
As these kids now are living in different countries and getting amongst surfing.
Katie Davy just rode her first wave, and then we have Red and just fell on the ending section. Katie, she was very stylish, looking good. Didn't do much on that wave, but she felt comfortable on the board. Waiting for scores.
Indeed, Lorenzo, we're waiting for scores to drop. I do believe that Alaitz will still be holding on to first position. Her second wave just dropped in at 1.67. So she increases her lead and overall score, of course. First wave for Katie David, a 1.37. Not too much there, but she still has plenty of time on the clock to turn things around. Looks like turning her board around for this wave is Annie Erd, but Annie is not catching that one. The wave didn't even break. As the tide is filling in, I do believe that the conditions are getting a little bit trickier. But right now, with a couple of tricks on the interview with the winner of last heat, we're going to go live there. Take it away.
Okay. And now I have here with me the winner of the previous heat, Margot Vierge. That's right? Yes. Perfect? Okay. And helping me with the translation, her teammate Raoni. So first, I could ask you a lot about the conditions and how the waves are and how you felt, etc. But I'm going to jump right to the main course. So what are the ambitions of France for this event?
C'est quoi les ambitions de l'équipe de France pour cette
compétition? C'est de ramener le titre en France et de gagner du coup, d'aller le plus loin possible.
Okay, I don't need translation for this. Obviously, what she says, they want to win the title back from Spain, obviously, to be champion here at the Eurosurf Junior. I don't think you were here 2 years ago competing for France, right?
T'étais pas là il y a 2 ans avec l'équipe de France pour faire les Euros?
Of course, my memory is still not. Yeah, okay. My memory doesn't betray me. My memory doesn't betray me. So you don't. But what's the spirit of the team regarding this? The fact that Spain won here 2 years ago. I remember that France didn't quite get it that well. It didn't pass through very well through the Frenchman, the fact that Spain won here. So is there some kind of a spirit of revenge, of comeback from the French this year?
C'est quoi l'esprit de nous les Français pour récupérer le titre qui nous a été pris par les Espagnols il y a 2 ans, histoire de le récupérer cette année?
C'est d'être concentré dans les moments importants, mais de toujours savoir rigoler et d'avoir un bon esprit d'équipe. D'être soudé et voilà. Et je pense que ça va le faire.
So what she says is that basically she's not concerned. There's not a spirit of revenge or nothing like that. They just want to have fun and have a very a sportsmanship spirit, and of course winning here. That's that correct, my friend? Okay. Yeah. So that's it, and merci beaucoup. Okay, see you soon. That's the spirit. And back to you guys.
Thank you, Carlos. That was a beautiful interview there. Congratulations to the winner. And we will see you in the next rounds, of course. Non-elimination round, we will be seeing these athletes once again, at least once again, throughout this week of competition. And yeah, France taking another win, Lorenzo.
Yeah, in the meanwhile, Alait's upped her backup score. She had a 1.67 before, now with a 2.07 for her second best wave, making things a little harder for Katie and Annie. Annie sitting on the third place, needing a 2.07, and Katie David 4.54.
Amazing. So far, so good for the Spanish young rider there. Taking control of the seat so far, and I do believe she keeps up with this performance, she will take a win for Spain. Meanwhile, out the back, you can see the jet ski, the water patrol there, the jet ski being driven by Lorenzo Kassenstein, one of our big wave surfers with the team in Nazaré, Red Earrings, and making sure that the lineup is clean from the crowds and safe. Meanwhile, back to the action, we see Alaitz Castro trying to draw a line on this wave, but the wave was just too mushy and slow, and I do believe that Alaitz saw that and let that wave go. She knows for sure that this wave won't factor into her top two scores.
Yeah, she was holding her patience on that wave, waiting for it to build something up on the inside. Didn't end up giving her much. It was pretty close to her second best score, though, 2.03. The judges didn't spend too much time thinking on that one. And yeah, there we got Katie trying to catch another wave, ends up not making it. And yeah, 9 minutes, 20 seconds left. And Annie holding first priority, and she needs to have some action. It feels like there's a little set coming, and she's looking to this one, and yeah, she's going after it.
She's not able to stand up on her board. The wave did not collaborate. Looks like the wave braked just on her back, and she was not able to utilize the force.
Loses priority there, and that might have been a big mistake. Now Alaitz.
Yeah, with Alaitz now taking first priority. Looks like Alaitz has been catching the best waves of the heat so far. The scores show that, of course. And leaving Katie David up to second place. Katie with not much of an expressive overall score. Nevertheless, holding on to second place. Now it's up to Annie Hurd to try and post that 2.07 that she is needing to jump into second place. 8 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. Let's see what Mother Nature offers here at Santa Cruz. We're situated between Praia do Navio and Praia do Mirante, which is the furthest northern part of Santa Cruz. And it's a place that usually it's very sorted out, especially during the summer. As I mentioned, this is like a swell magnet area for waves on the west coast here. Do you surf often here, Lorenzo, or not really?
Not really. I don't think I come here very often because, I mean, I live in Baleal, in Peniche, so we also got pretty good waves over there. But I feel like this beach break is very powerful, and sometimes definitely provides like a lot of good waves all year long.
Yeah.
And especially now in summer, we got very mellow waves all over the country, less powerful, and I feel like this is a really good beach break to come visit through summer.
Yeah, for sure. Of course, it also depends on what kind of sand bottoms you are having, but this is like a very long beach, and throughout the beach you can always find a nice sandbank, and depending on the tide, will be better, and it's definitely one of the places to check out if you come to Portugal. This is one of the surf hubs of Portugal for sure, especially regarding competition. Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit is happening for over a decade now, always bringing the Eurosurf into its shores, and it's so great and cool to see, especially on this Eurosurf Junior edition, the new talent that's upcoming. Like I was mentioning, now these countries that are off the spotlight of being leading the surf scene in Europe are stepping up, because like I was mentioning, some of these kids now are living outside of their home country and living in places where surfing happens every day. And then when the call comes to represent their nation, they dress up the jersey representing their flag, but actually they're living somewhere else. So we can compare them to the spotlights of the countries that are always on top, like Spain, Portugal, and France.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they're going after their dreams. They're moving somewhere else, like to find better conditions and just surf, putting in the work. And then when it comes to these days where it's all about all the time they put in practice throughout their lives. And yeah, I mean, all the work you put in, and now it's time to represent your country. And I feel like, I mean, it's so much responsibility, but also it should feel rewarding after all the hard work and all the life changing and everything that takes. And yeah, this is what makes these events so special. And yeah, we also have such amazing artists coming through. I mean, to the nightlife. I mean,
yeah, because the Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit, if you don't know, is just not this Eurosurf competition. We got the skimboard national, international competition going on. We've got the body surf national competition going on, and at night, like you mentioned, Lorenzo, we've got a stage set up in the beach. It's like literally on the beach. Your foot is in the sand, and we've got some amazing artists performing each and every night. So if you're in the vicinity and if you want to drop by and check out the competition, maybe go for a meal later on, and at night you can enjoy a concert.
I mean, surf, music, food. What can you ask for? You know,
yeah, it's a beautiful week, and it's a beautiful event that unfolds here in Portugal, and we're very proud to host this event here, of course, and to welcome everyone from every single corner of Europe to make sure that they have a great time and be the best version of themselves that they can be. Like I mentioned, today at 5 o'clock, they're going to gather in the town center, and at 6 the parade starts. They're going to go tour the entire Santa Cruz village, and then they're going to join all together at the beach. They're going to hoist their flags here. The flag's going to be hoisted throughout the week, representing the countries that are participating in this Eurosurf Junior event. And then they're going to go into the stage where the concerts happen, and they're going to do a big presentation of the team. So win or lose, you're going to get your spotlight, you're going to get known out here. And like you said, Lorenzo, I totally agree with you. This is once in a lifetime opportunity for some of these kids that don't even live at their home country, but when they get the call to represent their flags, they are here proudly doing so.
Yeah, all comes down to these moments, and this is where they can show all the work, where they can show all their skills, all their talent. And back to action, we got yellow jersey from Scotland, Annie Hurd, needing a 2.07.
She's having a
Didn't
hard
make the
time
section.
connecting to the inside, but also the inside is always, oh, it's already that shore break, that typical shore break of high tide there in Santa Cruz, and you don't want to be on a longboard when the wave flushes into the sand.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not
you
going to be
don't.
pretty. Meanwhile, out the back, Lorenzo, what do you see?
Lights was trying to pedal to that one, didn't make it, and we're going down on the last minute and 40 seconds of the heat. Heat number 3 of under 18 girls and round 1 of longboarding.
Not a lot of expressive action, as you can see on the scores. It was that was left to Alaitz Castro leading this one. We can say there was a lot of action in catching waves. These riders had the chance to get their hands and feet on the wax there to try and post the highest scores. But the conditions now with the rising tide are getting a little bit tricky. And I do believe that after the heat number 4 of this round number 1 of under 18 girls longboard, we're going to stop the competition for today. That is not official, but I do believe that's what it's in the agenda in time regarding the sequence of this first day of the event. And we'll have to wait for the official call, of course. But due to the conditions, I think it's pretty obvious. Although, like you mentioned, Lorenzo, this is perfect playing field for longboarding.
Yeah, looks amazing. I mean, we got a lot of action. They got a lot of lower scores, a lot of 1-point rides and stuff. But we've been having some good rides as well. And oh, look, Annie, look, we're just finishing off the heat, and I don't think that's gonna make up the score she needs. And I think the heat's just gonna finish like that.
Yeah, I agree with you, Lorenzo. There's not much there. Look, last effort from Katie David. Let's see if she can pull up a trick here. She goes a little bit to the front of the board and brings her board all the way into the sand. Look at the Welsh team, happy with that second place there in this heat. Congratulations to Alaitz Castro winning this one. We're going to cut into a short commercial break and be right back after this.
Torres Vedras, a land made out of city, countryside and the Atlantic Ocean. Explore a territory with 20 kilometers of coastline. Visit Torres Vedras.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at Santa Cruz, the first day of competition of the Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit Festival, where we are holding the Eurosurf Junior competition. Right now in the water, heat number 4 of the round 1 of the under 18 girls longboarding division, as you can notice by the shape of the board. And looks like Amy Ginger from Italy having a great ride there, Lawrence.
That was a beautiful, well-ridden wave. Here's the replay. She went all the way to the inside, and that's gonna be a good score. That was a good start of the heat, and there she is. So who do we have in this heat? Nuno.
We do have an English rider wearing the red jersey, Lola Bleakley, in a white, like we mentioned, Kami Ginger representing Italy. We got Freja Christensen representing Denmark in the yellow singlet, and Rebecca Linham, I do believe, representing the Channel Islands. I was having a discussion here with Lorenzo, and I do believe that Rebecca in the black singlet, although you see in the leaderboard the blue color, maybe it's even blue, like a dark blue, but she's representing the Channel Islands. Beautiful.
Beautiful. That's right. So we're waiting for scores for that first wave from Kami, Italian surfer. And yeah, now we got 4 surfers in the water. And as you said before, it might be the last heat of the day. We don't know yet. We're going to wait for the official call. And here we have some waves coming in. Let's see what they're going to do about it. And Freya Christensen catching this one. Going
from
left.
Denmark. Beautiful pink board there from Freya as she tries to hang 5 there in the last section, but she's not able to complete that move. Although nice right there from Freya. Let's see what kind of score she can post, and look at the score from the first wave of the rider in a white Kami Ginger, Lorenzo.
That's a 4.5, and that's such a good start of the heat. Just an extra confidence boost, and I'm pretty sure she feels good about it. And I was wondering, Nunu, what do you think how it's like to stand on the outside? Because there's a lot of moments where all the surfers in the heat are just waiting for waves, sitting on their boards. What do you think it's like? What's going on through their heads? Like,
I think in this early age, we're talking about under 18 girls. They're just probably having the time of their lives, going abroad and representing their country and competing, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I do believe that a lot of things are going through their heads because they want to look good for the team, and they want to, like the first try of going at it in the water, you're representing your team. You're the first one to be representing your team. You don't want to disappoint their team, so there's a lot of weight on their shoulders, and they're probably thinking about that. I want to do good, so my team gives me a good pat on the shoulder when I go out, and we start off our campaign, because they're the first ones to represent.
yeah, definitely. I feel like that might have been a really good call of what's going on in their heads. Definitely a lot of thoughts, I feel like, and sometimes you can get on your own thoughts, and that can affect your heat as well. So it's also a mental game out there, picking up the wave, seeing who's paddling to each wave, playing with priorities, and at such a young age, it should be hard to manage all of this. And I feel like that's sometimes it comes down to this. And here we're gonna go for the interview with the heat winner from the previous heat, and yeah.
Of red, 0.5. First of yellow, Freya, 1.83.
Okay, we are here with Alais Castro, winner of the last heat. Alais, you started well with a 4-point range, but then it was difficult to find a good backup.
Yes, I catch in the first minute a good one, and I think I do good work in that wave. And then the waves are a little bit tricky, so it was hard to catch another wave, and was a little so much, and it was so good.
So how was the strategy? Your coach, what did he tell you to do on this condition?
So I have to catch in the first minute a good one, and then to be calm and wait for another good one to do the best scores that I can in these conditions.
So it's your first time here in Santa Cruz. What you're feeling?
Well, the waves are a little bit tricky, but today it was small, so I think it was better that days ago that it was a little bit bigger, and for longboard is harder. So good. I think that the best conditions are these, smaller, and was good.
But the forecast is looking good for next week.
Yes.
So how's the vibe there in Spain? You are the current champions. You feel that responsibility?
Yes, but this is good for me because I'm more motivated to do a good championship, and with this team is very good, and I'm so happy.
Okay, do you want to send a message back home?
In Spanish. Vale, gracias a mi familia, a mis amigos y a mis sponsors por traerme hasta aquí y vamos con todo.
Okay, gracias.
There you have it. The winner of the last heat, Alex, doing a great job for Team Spain, and Team Spain getting behind there on the interview, as you can hear the cheers. And that's a good result, great result for Spain there. And let's see what the rest of the competitions they will unfold for the defending champions here, Lorenzo.
Yeah, so we're gonna see. I feel like a lot of different nationals have been putting up. I have been winning heats, so it's been competitive. Gonna have to wait and see. Still the first day, first heats in the water. So a lot still to go through. And so this heat, we're gonna have some updates, Nuno. What's up?
Who's up is Cami Ginger, the current leader. She was trying to complete that wave, and unfortunately she fell, but we got a lot of waves ridden during that interview. I want to maybe highlight the second wave of Cami Ginger, posting up a 2.10, backing it up. That 450 with a 210 takes her into a very comfortable lead so far. Freya also caught her second wave, improving her overall score there, holding on to second place, but she's being watched very closely by Lola Bleakley from England that only needs a 0.9 to take away that second place from Freya, and I do believe that she might get that as we are waiting for scores to update there. Looks like Lola was having a look at this one. Also Freya Christensen, they are aiming for that second place position. So they're fighting for it. Meanwhile, out the back, Rebecca Linham having a paddle at that wave, but unfortunately for her, the wave did not collaborate, and she was not able to catch that wave. Looks like we have some sets approaching, Lorenzo.
Yeah, looks like it. Let's see if this is gonna change the heat. I feel like the first place is more secured, and there's a bigger battle for the second place right now. Because, I mean, 0.9 is such a low score. I mean, I feel like Lola just can get it so easily. And, yeah, let's see what's coming. Yeah, there she goes. So 2.8 for the last wave of Lola Bleakley, and from England, improving her overall score, her best wave score. So now with a 4.8 hit total. And Freya now needing a 2.97. To go back to second place.
Okay, right now its situation has changed. Like Lorenzo mentioned, Lola Bleakley getting that 0.9 that she needed. Of course, she got a 2.8, so she jumps straight into second position, now leaving Freya needing a 2.97. So everything is still pretty much open for that second place position, and of course first place as well, because Cami Ginger is not that further away from those scores that we've been seeing, although she's holding on to that 4.5 that stands out a lot in this heat. Rebecca Linham is the rider that's struggling the most so far. She's not able to post anything yet on her scoreboard because she's not yet able to catch a wave. You can see her sitting there a little bit further away from the rest of the field, trying to catch a wave. Now she's catching a wave on her head, actually.
Yeah.
She was caught on the inside.
She's a little apart from the whole group. I mean, she's holding the first priority right now. Still a little less than 9 minutes remaining, so she still has enough time to make it through the heat, but needs to make something about it. She needs to stay more active. I mean, no waves ridden. And oh, now there she goes.
Nice looking wave actually for Rebecca. Let's see what she can do. She was trying to walk on her board there.
That wave looked pretty good. She didn't manage to connect to it very well. But yeah, that was kind of a longer wave than we've seen.
And it looks like he had some power into it. You know, it's not that much. He's got reeling and peeling into the inside. So was really a shame to see Rebecca fall on that one. Nevertheless, she got an 8.087. So she's starting off to put some scores there. So let's see if she is going to build up her campaign on this one.
And Kami Ginger going back. Another wave from the Italian surfer. Hang 5 right there. And finishing off with a little floater. Ends up not completing. But yeah, I feel like she's the most comfortable right now. Sitting on the first place. But yeah, she's not... I mean, Lola Bleakley needing a 3.81. It would be the second best wave of the heat. And let's see, with 7 minutes remaining, anything can happen. You know, you never know if a crazy set's about to come in. And that's the thing about surfing. You need to wait until the last second, until you hear the heat closing, right?
It's never over until the fat lady sings. That's what they say. And so far, it's still 7 minutes on the clock for this one. Rebecca Linham trying to find a wave to increase her overall score and change the situation she's at the moment. She's holding on to 4th position. 3rd is still Freya Christensen. She's looking for that 297 to attack that 2nd place position occupied by Lola Bleakley. And it looks like a very cool, collected, and composed Kami Ginger representing Italy is leading this one comfortably. She's been doing so since the beginning. She's been catching, in my opinion, the best waves of the heat and looking the best on top of her board. So she is getting those scores. Looks like she got a good wave here because she increased her overall score. We cannot see it here on our leaderboard due to a glitch, but I do believe if we subtract 450 from 790, you will have 340. So she got a 3.4 on her last wave, and she increases her lead, Lorenzo.
Well, Nuno, I'm impressed. I mean, you've been giving all the geographical information now, just so good with your quick math. I mean... We got it all, you know, even making through glitches. So, yeah. Oh, wow, look at Kami having a good time, standing on her board, trying to see if there's a set coming on the back. And
I do believe he's coming. We see a lump on the water there on the outside. I think she saw it, and she's making a move. She's actually not holding on to priority, but she's making a move to where the waves, I think, are directing. Let's see if she
Freya might have made a mistake there. She
Yeah.
just lost first priority, didn't catch the wave, and came in now on the back. Oh, that wave's looking good. Let's see what she does.
on her backside there, walking the
Oh,
board.
beautiful.
5-0, another 5-0 there. Beautiful.
Good flow and finish off with a turn. Wow, that was good.
It's going to be a great score for Kami.
That's definitely gonna higher up her score. I feel like it's gonna come down to the judges, but that wave was good. Oh, here we have Lola. Wow,
Beautiful.
such good style.
Indeed. She rode the nose there with one foot, and she brought this wave all the way to the inside. Definitely the standouts of this heat are Kami and Lola for sure. This is the replay, Lawrence. Nice
was
cut
clean.
back there. Going back to the power source there, and
Really good surfing from Lola. And yeah, that's definitely gonna be her best wave so far.
yeah,
Right.
and I do believe for Kami as well. I'm not actually. I'm a judge. I have the judge course here from the Portuguese Federation, but yeah, let's see if the judges agree with me. Let's put it like that. These were some great rides. Unfortunately, due to the glitch, we cannot probably see the last score of Kami, but we will be able to watch. We will be able to watch the last wave of Lola Bleakley. You think that the situation might change, knowing that Lola leads at 5.10?
Yeah, but I feel like she might need more since Kami is also waiting for a score.
Yeah.
So I feel like it might remain the same positions, but definitely both of them are getting safer in their own positions. First and second, I feel like those both feeling way more secure now with those two last waves. Definitely the best waves of the heat. I mean, also the first one from Kami was pretty good, the 4.5. That was such a good start and gave her a lot of more comfort to play around and just keep it cooler. Because, yeah, the other surfers seem to be more stressed out, trying to find waves here and there. Rebecca has been a little off the peak, I mean, apart from the other surfers. And, yeah, she's needing now a 3.93.
It was so cool to watch Kami stand up on her board, analyzing the lineup, checking that set coming, and then
there she comes now,
going for it.
Yeah, that was so cool. I agree with you.
Riding the nose there once again, Kami. What a longboard clinic Kami is putting on this heat, and it looks like she's making Italy proud here. This is the replay, Lorenzo. Take us through it.
There she went for a really long hang five, and little turn in the end of the wave end section, and she still rode it all the way to the beach, having a good time, looking good, looking clean, comfortable. I mean, and we got the score. We can't really see what score came in.
It's a 5.5.
5.5.
Beautiful. Got some waves being ridden at the moment. That was Freya Christensen trying to work her heat. I think Lola is still waiting for the score of the last wave. But a lot of action, Lorenzo, going on in the last minute, huh?
So much action and really good scores, well-ridden waves. I mean, what do you think about Kami? That was... She killed it.
She killed it. She absolutely read the lineup perfectly. She was able to be on the biggest and best waves of the heat. That's a very good way to go about a heat, strategically speaking. So she did her homework, basically, and she's here still trying to catch more waves.
She just seems to be sitting on the best spot.
Wow, Angtan there. She's not able to control it. But beautiful display from Kami Ginger. The first Italian to hit the water. I don't think we had an Italian longboarder in the water that I could remember.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
So it's the first Italian to hit the water, and she will definitely be taking the first place in this heat. I don't think there's going to be a lot of changes from what we saw going on in this last dying seconds. So great win there for Kami Ginger from Italy. Lola Bleakley, I think, will be holding on to that second place position. Waving the flags there for Denmark, supporting Freya Christensen there. She ends up in third position in this heat, and Rebecca Linham from the Channel Islands struggling throughout the heat to catch some waves, but she was not able to find herself in the lineup. Guys, we're going to go to a short commercial break and be back soon with the interview of the winner of the last heat and make, I think, the official call of putting the competition on hold for today. See you soon.
Torres Vedras, a land made out of city, countryside and the Atlantic Ocean. Explore a territory with 20 kilometers of coastline. Visit Torres Vedras.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Nuno Cardoso, being joined by Lourenço. We're holding on the fort here in the booth, the commentary booth. This is the first day of competition of the Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit Festival. Of course, we're running the Eurosurf Junior competition, and we just saw the under-18 longboard division eating the water, both boys and girls. And what a great way to start this competition, Lourenço. I think you put it out the best. This type of conditions suit the longboarding practice. And I think we saw some beautiful waves being ridden today.
Yeah, we did, definitely. Some surfers just seem to be right in the spot. I mean, sometimes it just comes down to being in the right place, like connect with the ocean. And I mean, we got some good scores, especially in this last hit. We got Kami completely dominating the heat and getting some higher scores. And I mean, it was beautiful. I mean, first the boys, now the girls. I feel like we've got some good surf and a lot of talent in the water. Yeah, and what do you think of the conditions? You think the surfers went good, went bad? What did you think of it?
I think it was amazing to start off this competition. I think to suit in and everyone gets comfortable with the place. The waves are not too aggressive. The swell is kind of mellow. It's perfect for longboarding, like you mentioned and like I was saying. And I do believe it's a great way to start the engines off, making sure that everybody gets to know the sandbank, the place of where the competition is going to be held. And we do have an official call for today. The competition is going to go off. So today, no more competition. We do going to have the parade at 6 o'clock here in the town center, all the way bringing the parade to the beach, where all nations are going to hoist their flags here at the beach. They're going to stay during the duration of the Santa Cruz Ocean Spirit Festival and during the duration of this competition, of course. And then there's going to be a presentation ceremony at the stage that is set up here at the beach. If you are nearby and if you want to be a part of the festivities here at Santa Cruz, join us. Like you mentioned, Lourenço, there's concerts at night, there's the parade this afternoon, there's a lot of cultural and musical activities, surfing activities, skimboard, body surf competition is going out throughout this week. So we want to join you. I'm going to go through the heats, kind of make highlights of what went down today. We saw on the first heat of the boys, Francisco Freitas and Doi Robrock fighting for first place. There's only a 0.03 difference between the first and the second, being first, of course, the rider from the Netherlands, doing a great job, defeating Francisco Freitas, which is actually national and Spanish under-18 longboard champion. So that speaks volumes. Good effort by the Netherlands team. On the second heat, we saw Raoni Portilla representing France, taking the win for France. Great performance as well. Looks like Raoni was in tune and in sync with the conditions. Then on heat number 3, I thought you were already here in the booth.
Yeah, I was. Alfonso Zamora, the Spanish surfer, also took the win on heat number 3. And yeah, he was just surfing so good and just connected. I feel like he was always catching the best waves, the most powerful waves, and he just made it happen. And yeah, that was a good hit. I feel like that was pretty fun to watch, you know. And then heading to heat number 4, we had 4 surfers in the water again. It was the last heat of the male longboarding, and it was Arthur Randall who took the win on that one. Also got some really good waves. We got Mattia Bellucco from Italy on the second place, and then Johannes Terkelsen from Denmark and on third place, and Oscar Godin from the Channel Islands on fourth place. Yeah, I feel like we've had really good surfing throughout this day, and yeah, it's been fun. I'm very curious to see what's ahead of us throughout this week and up to the next round.
Most definitely, Lorenzo. For me, those were the highlights as well. We saw, I think, when we started the competition, the waves were pulsing. There was a lot of waves on offer. Then throughout this morning, I do believe that the waves kind of faded a little bit. There was not much there. The tide started to fill in. There was like another phase that the waves started pumping again. And I do believe there was no lack of opportunity for any of the riders that were competing here. So it was fair and square. No one loses on elimination round. And we will see you tomorrow. We're going to throw it for an interview with the winner of the last heat. So from our side, Nuno Cardoso Lourenço, we will see you tomorrow. Take it away.
Okay, and I have here with me the winner of the previous heat, young Jaime Ginger of only 12 years old. And I'm going to conduct this interview a little bit in Spanish with her, and then I'll translate in English for you guys. So, un poco, not in Spanish, but a little bit of Spanish with Portuguese. Hola, Jaime. Muchas felicitaciones por la victoria. Yo lo sé que estamos hablando un poquito en español porque tú vives en las Canarias, ¿es eso?
Sí.
Cuéntame un poquito cómo es esa historia.
Pues en las Canarias, sí, en Fuerteventura. Ahí hay olas bastante buenas, sí. Y bueno, que...
Pero yo sé que has nacido en Italia, pero te mudaste ¿cuándo tus padres te han mudado cuándo para Fuerteventura?
Mi papá ya tenía una casa en Fuerteventura que había comprado y pues con pocos meses, yo nací en Italia, con pocos meses fui a Fuerteventura.
So, Jaime, of course, the explanation for speaking Spanish so good is because she was born in Italy, but her father already had a house at Fuerteventura in the Canary Islands. So they changed to the Canary Islands when she was only a few months old. And so due to have such a good training ground there in the Canary Islands, that's where she learned to surf. And now presents herself in this event with such quality, having won this heat. ¿Cuáles son tus aspiraciones, tus objetivos y del equipo de Italia para este evento, para este campeonato?
Bueno, pues ganar mi categoría. Espero que también mi equipo gane. Y nada, Forza Italia.
Perfecto. And that's it. I was asking her, of course, what are her personal goals and the goals of this team of Italy for this event, and of course the message on this first day from everyone we've spoke until this moment is, of course, to win. We've already talked about the usual suspects concerning this event, which is, of course, Portugal, Spain, the current champion, France, and England. But Italy, of course, is obviously one of the powerhouses of Europe in the surfing scene, and they obviously have a word something to say, a stake on this race for the event. With if Jaime helps, of course, and she's been surfing very well, they obviously have a word to say regarding this race. So, muchas gracias, Jaime. Felicitaciones. And meanwhile, we're going just to say to close the event for today. We're still having the nations, the traditional parade of nations today here at Santa Cruz at local Portuguese time, 6 o'clock. So if you want we'll try to to give you some images through our social media, and we'll be back for the event with the competition tomorrow at 7 o'clock Portuguese time, obviously. So see you guys, and see you tomorrow then.